Greetings one and all to your weekly dose of Tenno Clock. I am fumbling through this to make sure I actually have my controller ready to record, but the more professional one, Murder Dr. Loz, is very much prepared, and we are here with episode 310 of Tenno Clock. Yep. So moving straight on to emblems, I think. I don't even know what yours is. It just looks...
Valkyrie.
Huh?
I think it's a Valkyrie.
Is it? And what's with the hair?
Yeah, it's got human face reveal stuff.
Okay.
You can see it's got the claws. It's the green heart. It's, you know how it's got like half of a face?
Yeah.
It's like as if half the face was removed.
Okay. And the chains?
It's Valkyrie.
And the lack of black? Why did the chains make it Valkyrie?
Chained down.
Okay.
As in like when captured.
Anyway, yeah. So they're emblems.
Well, yours, I imagine something tells me yours is something from something.
Yeah, it's, I think, I'll bring them back up now. I think mine is the White Lantern core. I'll be honest, I was struggling for an emblem this week.
I only just found that one just before, well, an hour or so before the just before the dev stream, I think it was.
Yeah.
White Lantern core. Symbol.
I don't think it's going to be the Black Lantern core.
No. Yeah. I don't know. Why is there a little dot on the left hand of yours? Because it is definitely the White Lantern core symbol.
What do you mean there's a little dot?
There's a little dot on the outer black ring should be pure black.
Oh.
There's a little white dot.
I never
there,
noticed that. Yeah, clearly that's a mistake.
That's a little imperfection. Doesn't seem to be a thing.
Unless it's something bleeding through from behind it. I don't know. But anyway, yep.
But yeah.
I'm just going to say yours wins by default, unless you want to go both lose.
Why does mine lose? Mine's nothing wrong with mine. Mine is actually trying to do... They're trying to be inventive. They've got a lot.
Yeah, Loz wins.
Sometimes we see
Moving on. If you want to win...
I do want to say, I mean, sometimes people try and
if you want a chance to win 100...
They packed a lot into this image, and actually, it's all right. It's pretty well done. But if you do want to win platinum for yourself, you go into the description below.
If you want to win platinum for yourself, go in the description below, and you'll see a link to a Google form where you'll see these two images, and you get to choose Loz's to say, hey, that's the cool one. And then you'll have a chance of winning 150 platinum for your platform of choice in
your platinum of choice
in 2 weeks' time. Please make sure your in-game name is correct. If your in-game name is incorrect, then you will have lost out. That's it. You know, there's not much more to it. What?
Nothing. I was looking at myself in the camera.
You look like I'm gonna bite you. I'm gonna bite you. Bite you. Right. So
Dojo dusting.
Dojo dusting.
You finished moving?
I don't. For the most part, I finished moving, but I'm still unpacking. See some statues and things in the background. You can see I finally got my Excalibur MDRLOz. It's like number 2,800 something out of 3,000. It's so close to the end. Yeah. So I'm still unpacking. I've had barely any time to do anything because I've been editing and uploading stuff pretty much immediately. And yeah, so Atlas Prime giveaway. I'm gonna do an Atlas Prime giveaway as part of this week's the Glyph giveaway. So if you want a chance of winning an Atlas Prime on your platform of choice, choose whichever platinum you want, and you could win an Atlas Prime.
So just to point out, do I have to do anything special separately?
No.
Compared to our regular platinum giveaway to win Atlas
No.
Prime, right? So just you're here for the platinum. Go to the link as normal. Go sign up as you always would, and you will this time also be in for a chance to win an Atlas Prime. Is that the full Atlas Prime?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Wow, it's nice. Though, where was my Death Cube rework? I finally got I bought it, got my hands on it. I was like, didn't look up ahead, didn't look on the forums, got it, and I'm like, right, yes, now it's time for Death
No, we
Cube's
did get
time to shine.
rework.
What did it get?
I'm pretty sure it's vaporized, just insta kills now.
The mod's still the same mod.
I don't know. I thought he did get a small rework.
Warframe Vaporize. Maybe. Let's have a look. Hotfix.
Ow, spine.
Oh no. Well, update 2.25.7. This is meant for the upcoming release Death Component Squeeze soon. Oh, they pushed it too early. Oh, that's why I didn't see it. Vaporize space damage 600 now multiplies with mods equipped to your Sentinel gun. Vaporize increased range from 30 to 40 meters. Decrease cooldown from 10. Decrease cooldown to 10 seconds from 30 seconds. I was punched through and hit multiple ways at once. Updated the visual effects of it. Okay, I'll give it a go then. Maybe it does actually do some damage now after. See if someone's actually tested that. But the other thing is, from what I can tell, the Death Cube Prime's gun just sounds pitiful.
Soma Prime.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. It's like you've got your normal one that's like, boom! Look at me, I've got a really big gun. I mean, I'm not maxing out, so maybe the fire rate gets high enough. Maybe it'll actually sound decent, but it just at low fire rate. I'm just like,
yep,
not my Death Cube gun.
Continuing on with the dojo dusting stuff.
That was dojo dusting.
Continuing on.
It's about me buying Prime Access. That's important for people to know.
Apologies to everyone that was looking for last week's episode of 10 o'clock on 10 o'clock channel. It was an accidental whoopsie on my part where after I'd met up with Loz, after having bugger all sleep, we got to uploading and I completely selected the wrong channel and I only realized when it was like hours too late. So, yeah, so it's on the main channel. I'm not going to move it. There's however, these ones will continue to be on the correct channel. What else is there to talk about, Loz?
Go to TennoCon.
We're going to go to TennoCon 2020. It will be 2020-ish. I'm trying to think what else. TennoCon 2020. Prime Access. That's it for dojo dusting. So, actually, one last thing. I want to actually do a thank you to everyone that is a Patreon supporter. Yes, in part, this is a plug to continue supporting our patreon.com/Xenoganon, because if I don't do it, no one's going to do it, and I really should do it. But
you don't. You should skip that bit. Everyone understands that when you say.
Anyway, the important thing is that the account has never been this high in terms of support, which is excellent. And it means that more money can be spent on the editors to actually free up my time. So just want to say thank you to everyone that does support the channel. And yeah, right. So shall we move on to the cards?
Mm-hmm.
Loz is clearly playing a gacha game. Right.
I'm not. I was
So,
texting me mum.
You're testing your bum.
I was texting my mum.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I did actually understand you. Anyway. Right, so would you like to see another gaming podcast from us? 47 people responded, 2% said no, 46% said that they didn't care, and 51% said yes. Loz and I will talk about it. No promises at the moment, but it's interesting to see what other people think. Card number 2. Should Umbra have a hold/follow call to action? 47 people responded. 14% said no. 40% said don't care. And 44% said yes. I think you're in the yes on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Give it to him.
Right. And then the third card we had, should the PvP armor sets sell for Plat? 49 people responded to this. 26% said yes. 28% said that they didn't care. And 44% said no. Where were you in the no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, no. I like the amount of don't cares. There must be at least one person who's come here to listen to the podcast and clicked on these votes and gone, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care.
Do you think they then leave?
And then they leave. I was like, nope, don't care.
All right, so that's it for the cards.
Yep.
Patreon questions.
First one's from Nick Evans. If you had to design a new augment for any Warframe that is not in your top 3 used frames, what would it be?
Ooh.
Well, I would say I don't know exactly what my top 3 used frames are, but I'm going to go with guessing.
Yours is going to be Excalibur, Trinity, and
Necros?
probably.
Or maybe Vara. So anything other than those I could pick. Ooh, coming up with an augment mod on the spot. That's a tricky one. What's your top 3 frames? Let's sort that out. So Oberon,
Nova,
and Ember.
fuck off.
What was your third one?
I don't know. Probably
Loki?
Nezha. Oh, no. It would be Loki. Loki from years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick an augment mod, pick a Warframe, I would pick... Oh, God. I think the difficulty... Okay, you pick a Warframe for me and I'll pick a Warframe for you, because I think that's the only way we can actually get through this.
Oh, you don't need to pick one for me, but I will pick... I'll go Nezha for you, if that's something that maybe you're a bit familiar with, but not.
Okay, so Nezha... What would I do? You know what? I would actually like an augment that... So, you know when he's got his, like, oh God, I think it's like Trailblazer, or what? His running around on fire sort of thing. His running around on fire ability. I would like it that you sort of build up a, I don't know, kinetic influx energy MacGuffin fluff, whatever. Basically, the longer you run for, the more it builds up. And then when you finally stop, or maybe when you slide, it explodes. Yeah? So instead of leaving a trail of fire behind you, it just does this explosion instead. Yeah?
Okay.
Maybe it could just be like, you know, it explodes and leaves an AoE of fire on the floor.
Huh.
That's what I'm thinking.
I just want to check that it doesn't do what I'm thinking already.
Who are you thinking?
Rhino.
Okay. Oh. He is thinking.
Yeah. So Iron Skin already, if you've got Iron Skin equipped and you Rhino Charge is active, damage from Rhino Charge will have a 100% chance for blast effect. So I assume it knocks people down. Is that it? So what I would do is, for based on the amount of enemies you may be charged through, you regenerate the health of your Iron Skin, and you stack additional. It generates spikes that makes the next Rhino charge do additional damage. So that can stack up to like 5 times.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, stampeding skin or something.
Yeah.
I'd call it. There you go. That's how we make it. Next one from Nick Evans. Since Warframes are all confirmed to be people mutated through the infestation, if you're able to revert them back to their original selves, which one, based on the personality and habits that could have made them into that Warframe with that specific set of powers in the first place, do you think would make the best roommate? Ooh, Nick Evans. These reminds me, Nick Evans, of questions we had long, long ago, which we called... What did I call them?
I know what you're talking about. It was...
Would you relic?
Yeah.
That was it. Very good questions, Nick Evans.
I know what I'd go for. Assuming I've understood it correctly, so basically, which character would you have based on its abilities in real life? Is that basically it?
Based on their powers, as
Yeah.
if their powers influenced their personality, mentality.
Oh,
Which
okay.
person would you like to hang out with or be a roommate with that person?
Okay, that does change my answer. Huh?
I don't think they have those powers as a roommate.
Yeah. Okay.
Interpreting. This is something that we all do, though. Like, we interpret the personality from the powers, and it's like, oh, okay.
I'd probably say Banshee, because I could. Well, I don't know. I just think she'd be quiet,
Or with just headphones on the whole time.
or just with headphones on. Again, I'd be fine with that. Because I've heard some children.
Yeah.
What, like?
I don't know. I just imagine, obviously, an active person, but kind of a person who could be very dependable.
Right.
You know, kind of person who'd always have your back. Yeah, that's a good roommate, I think. Drunk Paul also says, if you had to design a holiday-themed skin, what would it be? I wouldn't. Never. Actually, no. Day of the Dead skins is what I would do. Something like that. I would do some Day of the Dead Warframe helmets, like skull-themed helmets. Not in a. I know the Day of the Dead stuff is kind of just like patterning-esque, but kind of Halloween-esque.
Yeah.
Day of the Dead skull helmets, because I just think they could fit thematically into the universe better.
Yeah.
Which I would much prefer than Santa Claus limbo with bloody Santa hat.
That felt so much like a stretch. Yeah, no,
It felt painful to state.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. It's probably like more towards the grimdark than anything else. I mean, I wouldn't.
The only other way to do it is festival-wise. I feel I would see this thing, holiday theme skins. I would like to keep in game, and if they took, I know we sort of refer back to it, but the same way that World of Warcraft does some of its holidays. So, for instance, the summer there is I think the Fire Festival or the Summer Festival. Obviously, do a summer. It's all about fire and rebirth and all these things. So there's flames all over the world, and you have to visit them. They could do a similar thing for like the Setons. Actually, have seasonal holidays that are based in the universe, that their own version. Another one is in the Star Wars universe and in the Old Republic MMO. They actually utilize the Christmas. It's ridiculous thing. The Christmas from the Christmas holiday from the Christmas special that must not ever be seen because it is hilarious. Called Life Day. Right. So that gets carried over. So it's an in-universe thing, even though it's horrific. They call it Life Day, and it's a special thing of it. So Warframe, in my opinion, would have to make its own holidays rather than just going, "This is the Easter skin. It's Valkyrie, but she's a bunny."
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Right, that's it for the Patreon questions.
Oh, okay, cool. Right, so next on to the community sponsors.
Jalal Kamali. Xeno Jellyline. I saw you pop up from documentary and just had to pop on here to give you a shout out. That's my man, Xeno Ember Filiac. Great to see you there, Xeno Strong.
Yeah.
I've not seen this documentary yet. Is this?
I'm reading it for like all of 2 seconds.
But you're in it. That's all about us, man. Lobstar says, what do you think about adding a walking button to the game and why?
We had a walking button and then they took it away and it made me sad.
I saw that and I was just thinking, like, you don't even know. We used to have one and it was glorious.
We used to have one and then they took it away from us.
Yeah, I would like it. It would be great if maybe they could find some way to add it to maybe add it as a key binding, but just not have a default, not have it bound to anything by default. It's the only way to do it, I think. There's limited space on a keyboard, on a controller, sorry. Thomas Cooperstein. We were listing things last episode that were released this year. Was released this year, but not mentioned, Nightwave.
I think it was because the idea of major content.
But I feel it is. I feel Nightwave is a major addition to the game.
I suppose.
Maybe concept-wise it's not massive, but it is adding lore to the game in a very clever, simple way where it doesn't take them as much effort due to going through fixed dioramas, which I think, you know, we used to have those dioramas from years ago that were the loading screens, and I think this is them revamped and reutilized and bringing it away.
Well, they're the login screens.
And loading screens, used to have them for the bosses.
Did you?
So?
We've had the set for so long I can't remember.
you go.
Okay, moving on.
Warframe loading screen dioramas.
I think you're
I
right.
miss the old ready uploading screens. Yeah,
But it's been so long. It's been like 2014 since the...
Yeah, you clicked on a mission. I don't think it was quite those. You clicked on a mission, and then you had the squad thing in the corner. Everyone had to ready up,
Yeah.
and it was the diorama in the background. So if you're doing a boss, there was the boss diorama. Right. What have I done? There we are. As Centerize, I can get 15k standing per day. Rank 3 to 4 in Solaris United is 70,000k. Yeah. As we were saying about altering the caps, maybe removing some of them.
Yep.
That's a fair point. So just to do one rank of it that's a minimum 5 days.
Yeah. That's at their rank as well.
Yeah, that's obviously that. Yeah, that rank. Yeah, and that's rank. I really think some of these things need to be cut down. Either caps need to be increased, or removed. I don't. There's too much to do in the game. It just becomes ridiculous at this point. Anyway, moving on. Should Hunter Sen? How about a podcast that expands upon interesting game mechanics of different video games? For example, something like the level design of Dark Souls. Yes, cliche as it may be, is still as good. Example, etc. The idea would be to understand why certain games are such milestones in their genre, while others fall short. I personally would love if you guys to talk about Hyperlight Drifter or more indie games in general. It is so good at using environment and exploration to give meaningful downtime between frantic combat sections. Would definitely enjoy a podcast on that.
We'll discuss. Because the dealio now is that we would have to record 2 podcasts before the weekend, and then I'd have to give you both to upload.
Right, so situations have changed, so that's not great. Yeah. T-Rex Paddock suggests, regarding Rivens, why not add a new type of nullifier that shuts down Riven effects, or add Rivens to the list of things affected by the current nullifiers?
I'm not going to say no, but I'm not 100% sure of the value.
I think you could have it do certain different ones. So, for instance, like one does rifle ones, so you don't depend on one weapon.
Yeah,
is what I think might be the benefit of that. Dirty Harry says, it's amazing how Conclave still exists, yet they remove trials for being broken and not having enough players. I think there's more. I think just to point out, I think the weighting on that is broken, not enough players. Like they didn't mind too much was not enough players, but it was breaking every patch, and they had to put more time and effort back to fixing it when they did something else to add to the game. I think that it wasn't a 50-50. And oh look, Conclave, it's breaking. There's also there's not great expectation, but it's breaking every time, and that's not acceptable because we can't have it. I think that's why.
Yeah, I think the biggest point was that it was delaying releases. I don't think Conclave does delay. I don't think Conclave has any impact on the releases, but Trial certainly did.
Triple M3 Machu says, I'd love to see a Destiny 2 podcast. Destiny 2's just gotten more content, haven't they?
Yep. You said no.
Say that and... Well, I don't know. The thing that gets me is that, well, you've just said no to doing multiple podcasts would be an issue. But I think that, I'm being honest with myself, and I've erred and ummed once, I think, so far. You're doing very well. But I'm keeping tallies per episode, and I'm doing awfully last few episodes. You've been very good. I just want to point this out.
Okay.
What was my point? It's Destiny 2 podcast. Would people really be interested in that? We'd have to. I feel we would have to really put a lot of effort into catching up and being on top of
Destiny,
what it means to be endgame Destiny. I think I had a good pulse of it, though in the original stuff. But since Forsaken came out, and now obviously there's new content, I've lost track of what is endgame and what's there to do and how much is there in Destiny 2. I'm still skeptical there is a lot added to the game, and I feel it's going to be a lot more of the same zones and that people believe this is good, but it's just a interesting gameplay loop or just there's some decent rewards to get, I'm still skeptical that there's a whole and amazing game that has been added to Destiny 2 because it seems more of the same. But I'm tempted to pick it up and again. I'd have my preconceptions challenged, let's say. Right, last point is from Yokai1235. We showed some fan art at the end. It was I think a Nova, really interesting thing. And they say there is a game called Hardcore Mecha that uses this art style. Thank you very much, Yokai1235. I have bought this game and I'll probably be playing it this evening because it looks cool. I say this and then I'm going to get distracted by bloody classic WoW. Almost 60, almost free. Right, that's it for that. Let's move on.
He says that just as soon as I take a drink. Cool.
I can't see him, so it's not a...
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, so... On to topics now, aren't we? It's,
if you want to.
Oh, we could just chill and chat. Now we'll move on to topics. I'm actually quite surprised. This is like the first time I think we've got to here within half an hour, Loz. Like, it always takes us, like, I don't know, 45 minutes to get this far. Who knows?
Is it?
Yeah. Right, so, first topic. The Void could use a disruption node. I've lost my mouse. Topic 2. And I need to scroll down.
What are you saying? We normally take how long to get this point?
About 45 minutes.
And we're what?
26 minutes.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Right. Topic 2.
I aim for 30 on this, so yeah.
Topic 2. Wish the third orb is submersible Arcwing battle. Okay. And then topic 3. Devstream 131. Which are my notes, so they probably got awful. Right. So topic 1. The Void could use a disruption node. The Void should get disruption, round rewards being Void traces, interesting, high chance of Argon drops from the demo list, would take a lot of pain out of the trace farm. My problem. Go on.
I like the idea because I do actually enjoy the game mode since playing it functionally. Lore-wise, I feel it's on shaky grounds already. How are you going to get these things into the Void?
They could be Corpus or Grineer trying to get some technology or prevent the Tenno from getting the technology.
I think the only way to do it would be to remove it, separate it from the existing, exactly the same game mechanics, put it, instead of the amalgam towers, have them as be Orokin Cypher units, and you're trying to get the ancient data out of them. And the Void Sentry, be interesting maybe to add in the Void Sentry, and maybe even some bleeps about it. And some new, it wouldn't be a corrupted mob, it would be a new type of drone that is trying to stop you accessing that file.
Yeah.
Because that it doesn't need to go any deeper. None of this amalgam rubbish. No, I do not think it fits in there at all. If you want to put some of the amalgams in this game mode, that's fine, because they can be the corrupted amalgams, but the actual the demolists doesn't make sense. The demolists, the whole mechanic was so fixed on the story of the Ropodobalist and Allard. And then now it's like Allard's just selling the units, I think, for some reason, and then other people are just and the little duck or something. I think it would be good to add it in, but not just detach it from that. Give it its own little unique lore thing, because you don't need the whole Allard stuff with it. And that would take a little bit of effort, because they would have to make new art sets for the Orokin defense units rather than the existing ones. They could still be pick-upable, but they just have to be Orokin rather than sentient amalgam rubbish. I don't mean rubbish in a word where it's just you're picking up the bits, they fall off or whatever. And just make it Orokin bits that you combine. Like it's a little Orokin golden tower thing. You just put a top thing on top of a pedestal. That would be simpler.
I'm not opposed to what you've suggested. I think I'd also like to see the amalgams being in the void, because part of the reason for their existence was to not suffer the problems of the void.
Where's that stated?
Oh god, I think it's the Ropa-Dopa list fight. It is stated somewhere. It might be one of the secret rooms in Jupiter, but the idea is that the technology of the corpus and the sentience are merged together so that they don't suffer the issues that are in the void. Yeah? Are you looking it up?
Right.
Good man. Good man. I have a bigger issue with void traces having the cap that they do, or not having. Well, we do have quite easy access to upgrade them now. I don't really have a problem with this. Like, having a higher chance to get Argon, sure. I think I'd rather have another resource than void traces. Do you feel void traces are particularly difficult to farm?
It's a particularly decent reward. Because again, you could just give Radiant Relics, which is much more coveted reward.
Yeah, I think I would rather that. You know, a different Radiant Relic drop table than that of, oh gosh, Elite Sanctuary Onslaught.
Nata does say, by the way, like steel, our creation, merging with them like steel, bearing amalgams with the weakness of neither.
Yeah.
Oh, our agent's still wither at its touch. Forgotten lure. You were saved by changed.
Yeah. Have I misunderstood it?
I don't think it's direct, but you could easily interpret what you've stated from that.
Right, okay.
It's not directly implied, but yeah.
You mean it is implied? It's not explicitly stated?
No, it's not directly.
Implied is not
imply it, but it is not directly implied. You could imply it through your own interpretation.
I thought the whole point of implied was it was down to interpretation.
Yeah, but I could say that different people are implying. So, indicate the truth of existence of something by suggestion rather than explicit reference. Yeah, okay. It is implying that. It's not directly stating that.
Yeah. Anyway. Ignoring.
I think Radiant Relics would be much better reward.
Yeah,
I
completely agree.
Void Tracers should be dropped from completing rounds, and just it'd be a good place for farming Void Tracers. I don't think making it a good place for farming Argon as well.
Oh, I don't think Argon is worth needing a farming spot.
No, Argon, you can just. I think just giving it the normal drop rates of Argon will just make it a decent Argon spot anyway. It doesn't need to be like, oh yeah, let's go there, get 2 Argon in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Thinking of a card which is, do you find void tracing? Do you find yourself struggling to farm void tracers? Yes.
But some people might not be farming void traces. Wouldn't it be better to ask, are void traces a suitable end of round reward? But then I suppose it depends how it's very questionable the amount of void you get and how often they would be. I would much prefer void traces over credits, for instance. Like 1,000 or 5,000 credits. Give me even a handful of void traces is much more interesting. But I don't think it's too much of an issue. I think it'd be more interesting would you like to see a void disruption node? Just ask that.
Yeah.
Some people might be saying no, it'd be too confusing. No, I've had enough of this disruption. give us other game modes, come up with something different for the Void, I think that'd be a much better question.
I think one thing I would really like is if we were to have this Void Disruption mode, it's the tower you are talking to. I would like the... What's it called?
Neural Sentry?
That's the one. I'd like the Neural Sentry to be the thing we are conversing with. Or it talking to us.
I was always a bit upset that that's nothing. There's so many things in Warframe to get upset about. Nothing has ever become developed from it, but that was definitely one of them.
So let's ask the question. Okay, I can't think of anything else to elaborate on this. Shall we move on to the replies?
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, I think this is a good idea, though being very careful about the law. Oh, just here's the first reply. Law-wise, it doesn't make any sense because Allard wouldn't be making money from trying to sell anything to the corrupted, and he might get corrupted himself or any of his subordinates entering the Void and the Orokin Towers. Exactly. But I have no reason. But I like the functionality of the game mode. It's like the hijack game mode works for both hijacking out the Fomorian generators that was from... Oh, what was that?
Death's Doom.
Death's Doom. Also, I do believe a hijack mission on Europa is hijacking the Corpus buggy, driving it out of the base. Very different missions. I don't see why we can't have a slightly different disruption mode for the corrupted. They get their own one. I think there'd be slight changes. A few new art assets need to be made, and it would be lovely to see some void lines for the Neural Sentry. But yeah, I don't think it'd be too big of an issue.
Yep.
Next reply, maybe it could be a thing like Orokin Tech, similar to conduits. Conduit primes. Conduits?
I don't know what they mean by that.
I don't know what they mean by conduits. Fair enough. Last one, isn't that just the same as running Fisher Disruption then? Except without the round rewards?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't see an issue with it. Yeah. Should we move on?
Yep. Okay, moving on to topic number 2.
Well, I have to change it. Normally, topic 2 is over an hour, so I have the number 1 already in place. Let's just change that. I say we're at what, about 38, 37-ish?
36. Well, actually, yeah, just about to hit 37.
Yeah.
Wish the third orb is submersible Arcwing fight. The third Orb Mother being a submersible Arcwing fight would be awesome. Would be fun if we can explore the coolant with our Arcwing to find new caves and battle the third Orb Mother that way. Wouldn't it? ? I think so many people would kick off over this.
Arcwing was never finished.
Sharkwing was never finished.
We could say Arcwing still needed development.
Yeah.
But at least I feel that was feature complete. It just lacked content.
Yeah.
Sharkwing was never finished.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they released the Jupiter tile set. Not Jupiter. It was Eris?
Uranus.
Was it Uranus originally?
Yeah.
Uranus tile set with the Sharkwing missions in, with fully intention that there was supposed to be more development on it, more content underwater, specifically only Sharkwing missions. Instead, it's literally just a transition thing where you just go into Arcwing for a bit and you barely use it.
Yep.
It screams that there was a lot more they wanted to do with it, and they just gave up on it.
Well, I don't understand. Like, I've always had issue
So gimmicky
with the fact that you get your Arcwing weapons underwater, because gravity's still a thing. Gravity should, the whole point of the Arcwing weapons being in space is that they're weightless, right?
It is easier to pick things up in water.
Yes, but you've still got to hold it upright. Gravity is still being applied to this thing that, yes, is underwater, but the whole point was that this thing was just too cumbersome. If you were to get a weight, right, and something that's really heavy, like dumbbells, yeah, underwater, Are you telling me it's easier to lift the dumbbells underwater? Because you've got all the force of the water pushing down on it. If I'm wrong, fine. It's just something I don't understand part of physics.
Why is lifting things so much easier when submerged in water? Because when you push the submerged object upwards, the surrounding water fills downwards.
So is it fine to just hold it there then, underwater?
It'll be easier.
To just hold it underwater?
Yeah.
Fair enough then.
Water supports you. It's hard to say because I don't think you could lift anything underwater, and it's hard to how impossible to use are these weapons in an atmosphere. But yeah, you feasibly could use them underwater much easier than in the air.
Fair enough. You see my point though.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm down for this. Give me an excuse to do anything Arcwing related. I think I want to say at least 3/4 of the people wouldn't want this. Maybe even 4/5. 80% of people would not want to see this.
Yeah. No, loads of people wouldn't want to see this because it's not Arcwing, it's Sharkwing.
Well, even if you were to make it Arcwing, I just think too many people wouldn't want to see this.
Well, yeah, even if you made an Arcwing fight outside an open area, people wouldn't like it and they'd complain about it. This is why I was so sad when the Roper-Doper list was put onto Jupiter. The planes and Venus having Arcwings never again develop beyond a gimmick. There's never any reason. You never use it to access areas which you can't get to. Like there's not like little floating corpus. The ships that fly in, you never land on a corpus ship and get in and get out, and you need the Arcwing to do that. It's just literally a travel unit, which is stupid because then they gave us the K drives and didn't take away the Arcwings, and then people can't live without them now apparently. So they never decided how you were going to fight with them either. You fall off of it so easily, like it's paper thin. They can't commit to having a battle, so you can't. If it was that, so if they actually put in the Roper-Doper list as a Flydalon, they'd have to finally commit to that and make it fully functional. But they didn't. They just took it away and stuck it on Jupiter because all the content must come out in the same mainline, must be together. As for Sharkwing's even in a worse state. It's just so slow. There's no bonuses, no benefits, and it'd be a lot of effort to make caves like that. But I would like to see more additions to the planes and the Orb Valis, but they're not going to do it.
I think I would rather see a fight with the third Orb Mother where you're on your K drive and you have to use your K drive to get on these little platforms that submerge in this horrible, super nasty coolant that you can't stay in or anything like that. Rather than go, I'm going to hop in my Arcwing and fly around. Like I think I'd rather have part of the fight be defined by K drive than do Sharkwing.
Yeah, I think what you could do is something along the lines of make the orb continuously running, and you have to keep up with it. Give it AA weaponry, so if you try and approach it at all with an Arcwing, it will just shoot you down from miles away.
Yeah.
So your only option is to keep up with the K drives, and you could try and keep up with like speed or whatever. Maybe Douse can do it, but it would also run over coolant a lot. You have to be near it on a K drive. Maybe it goes to the middle of the coolant fields and recharges in the middle of coolant. So you have to be able to be on a K drive and then click use, and your Warframe will jump onto the submerged Orb Mother while it's recharging in the coolant, and then you have to do something there. But and then it goes back to its running stage where it just runs around the whole map trying to shoot you. That could be interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, like how to do this sort of thing. I don't really know. I just think too many people wouldn't like this. Should we go straight to the replies?
Yeah, let's see what people have with it. You may as well have just said, "I wish to inflict pain and suffering on all other Warframe."
Yeah, I just don't agree with that.
Yeah, man. Especially if they make the water more viscous, like molasses or tar, then the orb will be able to swiftly move through it.
Why?
Well, because they want you to be even slower in your shark wing. To the point of, like...
Yeah, but why would the Orb Mother be able to get through it easier?
Aerodynamics. Covered in sugar.
Okay.
Or something. Something magical. Underwater caves
Wait, was
would
that
be cool.
Sorry, was that last reply sarcasm?
For me?
No. Was the reply itself sarcastically? Yeah, because you can't speed around in Sharkwing, so let's make it even slower. Do you know what I mean?
No, but then they don't have to say, and the Orb Mother will be able to swiftly move through it. I mean, maybe
Okay.
pointing out that maybe they are. It could be they're pointing out the enemies move through Sharkwing better than we do, but
Okay.
Underwater caves would be cool, but I would prefer it only as a way of moving between stages of the battle. You chase the orb through underground flooded tunnels to various caves until a big finish by huge underground coolant waterfalls. This is my issue. I think that sounds like incredibly badass. It would have to be a huge area, though, with loads of pipes. I think that might take a lot of time to build.
I think no matter what, this would take a lot of time to build. I think one thing I would personally like is where you end up inside, let's say, a glorified bottle, and the Orb Mother is actually trying to reach inside to get you, like the tentacle beasts from Half-Life, the first one. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, like, you actually have to get you can't shoot at it, because if you do, it will know where you are, and then it'll just swipe at you and kill you. But you could have it so that there are, like, barrels or something that someone from above are pushing in, and you've got to push the barrel towards the tentacle. The tentacle then grabs it and then hurts itself. Yeah?
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about, but I don't quite get how that works with an orb. Orbs don't really have tentacles.
They have really long legs. It depends, because we don't know what the underside of this thing looks like without hacking the bottom of the game. I'm pretty sure it has legs already, it's just we've not seen them.
I'm pretty sure it's just a copy-pasted recolor.
Anyway.
After the first two orbs, Neff shows up in his capital ship and shields the last Orb Mother. D uses the new cross-mission mechanic to force Railjack players to attack Neff's ship to take out the shield generators for special parts A and frame B. Orb team continues to fight the new parts B and frame A.
Yes?
Don't get that A and B stuff, but
no, neither do I.
fair enough.
I'm not opposed to that, but I genuinely wonder whether or not we're going to see the third Orb Mother fight. I believe that if we do, it's ages down the line.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm talking like 2021 at the earliest.
Oh, 2020. Well, maybe late 2020. Either they'll just come up with some sort of random thing for it, and it'll just get tossed out and be like, "Yeah, it's the third orb fight." Blah. But they released Orb Valis. This happened with the planes as well. The planes, their excuse was everyone kept complaining we kept adding to the planes and we had to go to planes, and that was the mentality I remember you telling me.
Yep.
That you had as well. But at the same time, that was so poisonous, because then they just cut all development to the planes.
Yep.
And then since then, they've cut all development to the Valis. I just feel this... They keep releasing these things to say, yeah, there we go, it's released, and then it never gets fully realised. It just is this half-complete thing. I suppose you could say that for everything.
I think part of the
problem...
It
makes me sad, because there's so many things, like the Orb orbs, the crashing orbs, that was going to be a thing. You got this
but
missing orb fight. Second orb fight wasn't even how it was supposed to be.
I think part of the problem, though, is the fact that it's been so long between... So they spent a long time doing the rope-a-dope list, and then from there would have been a good opportunity to do the third Orb Mother fight. But the problem was that now they've gone... So they went straight from Jupiter rework to New War and Empyrean, and it's still on its way.
Yeah. Empyrean, it seems to be eaten all the time, and the New War. I know we got that extra trailer for the New War. I'm not sure if that's going to be on the planes. Maybe that's when we'll see some more additions to the planes, and that's what they're doing. But who knows? I think that was it for replies. That's it for replies. We'll move on to the last topic.
Okay, so the last topic, which I think is the big one, is Devstream 131. So, first off, I apologize. Oh, do we need a card for the last one?
The third topic.
Second topic.
You could do a running poll. When do you think we're going to fight the the
third Orb?
Q1 to 2, 2020. Q3 to 4, 2020, 2021, 2022.
Okay. When do you think we'll fight the third Orb Mother? It's Q1, Q2, 20, Q3 to Q4. 2021, 2022, we won't. Yep.
Cool.
Then we'll move on to the third one. Third topic. So, first off, apologies to Loz because I was writing these notes during the actual episode. So during the actual stream. Did you actually get to watch the stream?
I did watch the stream. I missed a few little bits because it seemed to lag. Or I lagged, or there were dead issues apparently with power surges or something.
Right.
So there was a few lines I missed, but I saw
Okay, cool. Right, so first point. Should we break it down into sections, or should we go through the whole thing and then...
I see you've got some nice port points. We'll go through all this, and then we can just talk about...
Okay, cool. Right. So,
how we feels, man.
Okay, cool. So, first of all, Nightwave Season 2 ends October 13th. We'll have a week off, and then we'll be followed by a Nightwave intermission. Valban and Ember reworks are well underway. They're apparently coming soon with an October mainline.
You don't need to go through all the details.
Cool. I would like to later on, though.
We will, yeah. There's no point telling them.
They're looking to rework flame procs to potentially melt armor. Empyrean has no date, but will be in 3 parts.
I swear I said this a couple of Tenno Clocks ago, that we get the first bit. You saying we think we get the first bit for Christmas? No, I think you said we're not going to get anything for Christmas, didn't you?
Yeah, but then they announced at the Tokyo VIP that...
But I swear I said this, that we'll get the first bit, and the first bit will be nothing to do with the actual ship, and we'll just be building something in our dojo. I'm pretty sure I said that.
Oh, you did. You did.
Yeah. And it was like, that's what it'll be. The Drydock thing. And it'll just be like, better. Now, they can make this really good. If they make it, we have to donate loads of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's it's got its own events, it's got its own progression and story. That'd be really cool, but I doubt it.
Right, moving on.
Yeah.
Melee 3.0.
Drydock, take flight and find answers.
Yeah, Melee 3.0, which is looking at the end of the month for stance reworks. channeling still to come with major changes, and there are some mods to be converted.
Does that mean Melee 3.0 will be complete by the end of the month, or is that just
no?
more
I think that's
stuff?
just the stances will be done by the end of the month. But Melee, that would be like Melee 2.9999999999999. It's like, yeah, we shouldn't have started with 2.9.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just more towards Melee 3.0. Right. The question, how do you entertain a player that's been playing for 7 years? The reply with more surprises, more changes, push players out of their comfort zones. What do they feel is the most valued criticism overdue on content? Then they're talking about Xless mods for guns. Melee will come after the rework, and apparently coming really soon. So probably the main line that's due in October. 3 purchasable configs for appearance. 3 purchasable config and appearance slots. We saw the configs on the weapons and the appearance slots on the Warframes, but I think our assumption is that it will be on everything. There's a Bat's Ephemera reward from a Halloween event that's due to be on Halloween itself. The Titania Deluxe is well underway. Rendell with signature weapon coming soon. I don't know if they specified specifically this mainline.
Grendel's next mainline, yes.
Okay, cool. Lots of Kuva Liches stuff, which we'll go through in a short bit. New Kavat breed, Vampiric, and your Kavats can become Vampiric. And then cross saves under investigation, but not investigating cross-play. So those are the notes that I took from the...
Pretty good collection of all of it, yeah.
Yeah. So, all in all, how did you feel about the Devstream?
It was nice.
This is
meaty.
Yeah, this is the first one we've had in, I want to say, a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah. There's some good stuff that's coming soonish. It wasn't this... which I think is good. It wasn't... people might complain that there was not a lot of Empyrean depth. But Empyrean's not coming soon, let's be fair. Here is some stuff that is going to... as it says, we're in a content drought. Here is some stuff that's going to be interesting and is coming... pretty much all of it was like, this is coming in the next month. But at the same time, giving that timeline for Empyrean, I do feel that what we need next is in 2 weeks' time, another dev stream that maybe starts highlighting or explaining Drydock to us and a bit more about how is Empyrean coming along and what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
But I do feel this was quite a long length to wait in the middle of a content drought on the wrong end of a Nightwave. If we the start of a Nightwave, they should take weeks off. They should then go to 4-6 weeks between Devstream because we have the Nightwave to focus on. It'll keep the first few weeks. I bet you that if you look at login over a new Nightwave is released, those first few weeks have everyone logging in lots, and then over time, people start getting a bit bored with it. Some people don't finish it, and then they don't or they catch up. But instead of doing it this way around, where they've taken the break at the end of a Nightwave, people have already gotten all the maximum ranks. I imagine it just goes boom for retention. This was a bad end of it to take.
I'm just having a look. No, that can't be.
What?
Okay. So this is the 3rd dev stream since TennoCon.
Yeah.
We had one in July.
Which was like right afterwards kind of thing. It was kind of like, woo!
No, I think
exciting.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
It was a couple of weeks afterwards, but it basically was the right after TennoCon.
Yeah, it was July 26th.
Yeah.
Or thereabouts. Then we had August 14th.
Which was just a 2 week later stream.
Yep. And then we've had nothing all of September.
Yeah. That's why.
No. The sorry. It was July 26th. Why does it say July 26th? That's a Wednesday. No, I think it's 3 weeks between them, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's getting into the. It's just, yeah. There has been, in my opinion, a huge gap
Drought.
between dev streams. Yes, we've had a huge content drought, not helped by the fact that they've not been available to tell us what is coming. So having this dev stream...
So it was July 26th, which was a Friday.
No, July 26th was a Wednesday. Yeah. No, sorry, my bad. Yeah, July 26th. Sorry, my bad.
What were you looking at, May or something?
No, I was looking at June 26th. And then... when was the next one?
It was...
August 9th?
16th.
16th. Right, okay. So that's 3 weeks later. And then nothing until now. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah. Right, so it is nice that we got all this stuff. I don't really care the fact that Nightwave, that Empyrean is still underway. I'm more interested, happy.
No, I want it to be finished when it comes, or decent when it comes. And they're releasing it in a very sensible way, which is...
I get the impression that Kuva Liches are going to come before the bulk of Nightwave. I feel that Kuva Liches are going to... Yeah, I know. Kuva Liches are going to come before the bulk of Empyrean. Right?
The UI thing they were describing, this is actually one of the bits that where my stream was a bit weak. They showed that there was a blood spatter on the
star chart
map.
Yeah.
Then zoomed in, there was the influence within the region.
Yep.
That's where the followers of the
Kuva Lich will be.
Yeah. But that's nothing to do with Empyrean.
Yeah. So that's what makes me think that the Kuva Liches are a separated system.
Mm.
So, is there any specific part you want to focus on first? Maybe the Kuva Liches?
I was just going to go through an order of this list, but if you just want to...
Okay, let's go through the order of the list.
Okay.
So, Nightwave, duh, not really much to say.
No, that's pretty good. It's pretty interesting to see the evolution of Nightwave Season 2, because of the way they've got it now. In the previous Nightwave, we had, at this point, people asking for an extra week because they were so close.
Yeah.
But because of the way it works now, they can go, okay, it ends on October 13th, that's fair warning, 10 days. That gives people enough time to catch up, because if you don't know, when you clear all your Nightwave goals in the week, it gives you catch-up ones. So it's like, oh, now is the time to utilize that catch-up mechanic to its
fullest
optimal amount and get as much of it done as possible, because there's nothing holding you back. But I think it's really cool they can say that. There was a bad taste at the end of the last Nightwave because of that. Yeah. I just want to point out it's really cool that Nightwave Season 2 is a lot more of it is a fully realized developed concept, and it is working really well. You know, we had all those, and there was also, do you remember in the previous Nightwave, there was other things that gave a bad taste, like some of the weeklies. You know, the combination of some of the weeklies being really hard to do, like 5 sorties in a 7-day week, and the fact that if you missed them, they were gone, meant, you know, there was a bit of a bad taste. The end of this Nightwave, I feel we're coming away is a lot cleaner. You know, give people fair warning. You got 10 days. It's now on you. It wasn't on DE and like, oh, that was annoying. This is tricky. I didn't have any ITAN saved up. How was I to know?
Yeah.
You know, this. I just want to point out that this Nightwave has gone so much smoother, and I think maybe it needs a bit more development, but the concept of Nightwave is brilliant, fully realized, and it's doing really well. And we're going to get another intermission, which is fun. Not amazing, but fun.
So if I'm trying to remember, I think the last intermission was 10 weeks. No. I know it was 10... No, 15 tiers. I'm sure it was 15 tiers. And... yeah, I thought it was quite a while. Looking it up. Eyes.
So the intermission began on June 12th until July 5th.
Really?
Yep. The miniseries lacks an involved story, serving as an interim gap between Series 1 and 2. It has 15 ranks, Nor and Cred, and cannot prestige after the max rank of additional creds.
So it was less than a month.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That's what the wiki says.
Anyway, right. So I
remember that I think it ended while we were at TennoCon. So
it didn't. It didn't. I swear it ended. Oh, so when did it end? July 5th.
Yeah.
Okay, that ended like the day after we got to TennoCon. But okay, so the question I have then is Nightwave Season 3 going to start in November?
That'd be cool. I think that'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Which would mean it would carry us. If anything, actually, I think it would be sensible to make it start late November into December.
Yeah.
Because that will then be a great thing to carry us over the Christmas period into January. Because January is not a great time for anything to come up to you.
I can't believe it's October already.
I know, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm certainly down for that. Cool. Moving on.
Right. So the frame reworks. Ember and Valban.
I'm really happy for the Ember rework. I'm more than happy to try both of these. And like I'm happy that we're finally getting the resurgence of what's the name of the ability that I keep forgetting?
It was Overheat?
Yes. Yeah. I'm really liking the idea that we're now getting damage reduction back as well as this damage buff. And I really like the idea of this meter that is used to charge it up. But
what happens if you don't manage it and it just hits up to top?
It dispels.
It dispels itself. Okay.
Yeah. So, but if you deplete it, it doesn't dispel. At least not from what I observed, because she dispelled.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Is that you've got to try and keep it in a sweet spot, which is kind of interesting thing.
Yeah.
My only feel bad thing about with Ember and Valban.
Yep.
Was the number 4 for Ember, the World on Fire, the Meteors, and Valban's Orbital Strike. They were literally just pretty much instant cast or short.
Oh, that wasn't his ultimate.
That wasn't his ultimate. I didn't say ultimate, but I'm targeting these abilities because I want to describe them. I know it wasn't his ultimate. His ultimate I felt was quite clever, combining both the Vortex and Bastille. But it's just his Orbital Strike and the Meteors. They're just spammable damage. What? I don't get why you won't just spam those.
Well, I think one thing with the orbital bombardment is it has a charge up time before it'll actually fire, so the enemies can move out of that location. So
you can also throw it from around the corner.
Huh?
You can throw it from around the corner, so they won't really know. Or enemies that I don't know. I doubt enemies will run away from it because then it will be really useless.
If that's the case, I would like them to. Sorry, if that's not. No, but the thing is, he has his sticky rip line. He has his, vortex. He has different ways to keep enemies in a location.
But then you're forced to use them. I think maybe if there's a chance that enemies might run away from it, maybe.
But even so,
enemy is not shooting you, running towards you, and is to the ground. Maybe, but if they're shooting, they're too busy shooting. I'm worried that they're just going to be spammable. You'll just spam 4 and you'll just spam 3.
I don't know. But, okay, so the World on Fire thing... Sorry, not the World on Fire. The Meteor Crash thing. I don't think that's going to be too spammable because that's going to be her top tier ability, which will have the highest energy drain.
Yeah.
So, I can't see that being too spammable. The Orbital Strike thing, similar. I can't see that being too spammable, but I think it would certainly be more spammable because it's a cheaper ability at base. But I think that we're just gonna have to see more than anything.
I think it's hands-on, and I think these are unlike other newer frames, which I still can't get my head around. I apart from push 4 again, 5 days of being of death. I think this is interesting to see how to get hold of these abilities and have a go with them.
Yeah,
I think pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
I liked also the passive for Ember, definitely much improved. But it's to do with the whole thing is like things we've been saying for years, like make it to do with fire damage, and she overheats, takes the fire damage and uses it. It's just that overheat bar really cool.
Yeah, I also like her addition to the passive as well. So her passive, which is plus ability strength for each enemy around her being on fire.
Yeah,
it's just like, yes, that makes sense, as opposed to the crazy fire proc crap.
She is able to manipulate fire and uses fire as a weapon. Oh look, she set things on fire and the fire is spreading. Right, so she should be now more powerful because there's more fire to play with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who'd have thought of that?
Took us how many years to get to this point?
So, but all in all, I like the look of both of them.
Right, but what? Valban.
Ooh, actually, the one thing I didn't like about Booban was the nail grenade thing. It was a static turret, right?
Yeah.
That I would prefer to be following you, and then, oh look, enemies, deploy, shoot, right? Collapse, follow you. Oh look, enemies, deploy. Like if it was part animal companion AI. So it would
That's the thing. When we saw the Teslas, I thought we were going to see more rollerballs. Like you could set up you'd have Wisp, which sets up a pool of things which are going to be stationary. Vaban was going to be, I'm going to set up a pool of things which are going to follow me around.
Yeah. But I think the big thing about nail grenade is that just people aren't going to use it, whatever it's going to be called.
Yeah. Well, unless you can nail grenade and chuck nail grenades onto friends and enemies.
I don't think they're sticky. I don't know, maybe they are sticky.
I didn't think they were sticky. I thought they kind of bounced and it was hovering off the ground. So I don't know. If it became a sticky thing that I could chuck on friends, so I can chuck that on a friend and the friend will just be carrying around AoE damage, maybe. But then also the way it was shooting was kind of like going around in a circle really slowly.
I kept an eye on that, and from the looks of it, it wasn't doing that. It was shooting at the 3 things that were closest to it, but it seemed to be doing pitiful damage. So it just felt like
the nail grenade. Just I can understand what they're trying to do. It's something that you can you all got all these things which suck things together, and you've got mobs immobilized. So why not put in something that lets you damage them? Like that makes sense. But I just don't know.
Right.
Numbers need to be seen. But what about the flame proc thing?
Like that.
This was interesting to remember. But isn't that just puncture?
No, wait, puncture? Puncture strip armor? We're about to find out. Also, they said that they were experimenting with it.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to him. Oh, not that's what am I thinking? Corrosive, sorry, corrosive.
Actually, yes, no, you're right.
That's the one.
I think corrosive removes percentage of remaining armor,
which permanently degrades the target's current armor, either ferrite or alloyed, by 25%. Now, can flame proc stack with corrosive? Is that how it's going to be? If so, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's going to be amazing or what it would mean. It just means that you're going to use these for armor stripping things. Can it strip 100% over time? Well, that's not fair. Why does corrosive only get 25%? See, we've been talking about changing some of these procs for a while now.
Yeah.
You really have to be careful to come up with unique things and not just take from elsewhere.
I wouldn't be
armor stripping is important. That we need more things than armor strip.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like flame procs would actually hurt the hurt the enemy for a percentage of the armor that it was stripped. because it's like, you know, it's like you're melting this armor that's on the person, and thus the armor itself is end up hurting the person. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it worked.
But then that's just still better than corrosive. Why are we throwing corrosive under the bus to make flame better?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll have to wait and see on the full details on that. Moving on to Empyrean.
Empyrean, so no launch date as of yet, even though...
In my opinion, we're probably going to get the first bit as our Christmas patch.
What, with New War?
Drydock.
Sorry, you just broke up then.
The Drydock.
Yeah, but what with New War?
No, that's the first bit of the Empyrean.
Yeah, but New War is coming Christmas.
Was it mentioned to be coming for Christmas?
Yeah.
In this patch? In this thing?
No, not in this thing. At the end of TennoCon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just push that back.
So they just ignore it. It's the first thing.
Ignored it in the Devstream.
It's the first. No, I don't think they've. I think that, like any of the quests, they don't really like hint or tease at anything. I mean, they showed off the new intro to the new location, the new landing in the starting tile towards the end of the Devstream. Do you remember that on the Archwing?
A lot of that content. That was. I don't get why they showed that, because from what I saw of it, we've seen the rendered version of most of that before. I think Steve went through it on the previous Devstream, like some of that area. So all that literally was showing the Archwings fly in.
I think that was pre-TennoCon, but yeah. Well,
we've seen that before. Like,
we're gonna have a new environment to fight in, Loz.
But we've seen the environment in a more complete fashion. That was
in concept art.
And in concept art, yeah, but it was just showing some Archwings landing, and I was like,
Loz is just not happy.
No, I wasn't happy with that. I don't know. I am not fussed for the New War right now. My focus is on Empyrean. I really want to see the gameplay improvements of Empyrean editions. New War is the Ropodopolis stuff. The fact that Natar comes back and starts chatting at you then. That's it. My hype for New War's gone. Why did she? It was just, I felt that was added in because they're like, oh, we haven't added anything since Sacrifice about this start. Oh well, she talks to you. Where is she? Is she in the solar system, out of the solar system? This is not the time for her to be coming back. This is something. This should be the Ropodopolis. Interesting. Moving on with Eidolons and developing their lore and what's happening with them. No. It's the weird convoluted plot between Alad V, this Ropodopolis which never talks at you but apparently controls Alad V, and Natar comes in, and that just killed my New War enthusiasm. I didn't do it before TennoCon. I did not do it before TennoCon, and I've done it, and I'm like, I did it after TennoCon, and I'm like, oh. That's just ruined my hype for that, man. It just didn't need it. It just felt like, oh, we haven't had an update on that. Just get her to talk on that. I just didn't think she was needed in that fight. So anyway, yeah, that's why I'm not too fussed for the New War. But to be honest, seeing as they didn't mention it, I really think that's coming after Christmas. And I think it should come after Christmas at this point. Make that come 1st of February. And give us Drydock at Christmas.
No. I all I can see Drydock being is, here's room, build room. You built room? No, you don't. Build room. No, you gotta build room. Build room. Build room.
Right. You've built the room, then it'll be...
No. You haven't built the room.
Ship. Got to build ship.
You can't build ship yet. You need the next part.
What's that?
The flight part. No build ship. No. Oh yeah, okay, fine. You start...
That's it. The second part is called take flight in the ship. If Drydock was building a Drydock, you're like...
Okay, fine. It takes a month.
Look at this beautiful Drydock.
It takes a month to build the Empyrean.
Fly into space. Whee! Yeah, the Drydock is going to be a lot more depth. You're going to be building the ship, building the internal components. You may even be able to get to go in the ship, and we'll have to have recruiting for the ship. There's so many things. If they're clever, they could really string out Drydock to be actually interesting and use it. Drydock could be a really great way of utilizing all of the systems we already have in the game to produce for that one thing. Because one thing we're lacking is goals at the moment in Warframe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of content, a lot of ways to play, but no real achievable sense of progress. I get into the game and like, oh, what am I doing? What am I working towards? They could be really clever on Drydock and have several really long stages that could carry us over 2 months of content where we're working on every little thing, little simple quests to try and get people to staff the ship, to build the ship, to give us the weapon systems, to breaking into Orokin votes, to try and find navigation units to build that. Drydock could be really clever.
I'm more inclined to believe that Drydock will come with liches than...
Oh yeah, totally. That'll be how we'll get some of the parts.
Right, and then Drydock having anything else beyond it's just a room.
And the ship.
I really don't think we're going to get the ship, man. Because the ship's going to be sat there for months before we get the ability to fly it. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, why not? It's going to take months of us building it, because that's good content. It's like you don't get to go in the ship, but you get to see us building it, and you see it building in sections, and you're doing all these stuff, and you go, yes, and now we've built our navigation unit, and you see that added into the ship. That's really cool.
But think about it from the other perspective, where post-flight, you start up a new account, a new clan, new everything. Is it going to take you then months to build an Empyrean ship?
No, they just reduced the amount.
But they've never done that before. I really don't think they would.
I think it should take you. This is the thing. This is why I feel that we need to go back to the old reps and make those easier to do, because we don't want people wasting time on that content then.
Yeah.
And make it that this is the new content. This actually takes you time. This is where you need to be spending your time. And maybe it will take you. They could reduce a bit. Maybe it takes you about a month and a half. But actually, no. They do. They have had things of this ilk, where, for instance, the Stalker Acolytes. A Stalker Acolyte has to be found. Someone has to play the node, and then once the node is found, the rest of the community know where it is.
But it was like that from the get-go.
I know, that's fine. But then Drydock could have mechanics where the first time everyone's doing Drydock, it's going to take time. But then as each section is done, it makes it easier for the rest of the community who then reach that section on the second time playthrough.
See, my argument is along the lines of the HEMA. My evidence is the HEMA, because Steve announced that he wouldn't want to reduce the cost of the HEMA's research because there have already been clans that have done it. Yeah? So if you've put in there months of building stuff, I'm
not talking about it taking 4 months and then the next people it takes them a week to build the ship. I'm talking about it takes 2 months for us to build our ship when we get to it, but it only take a month for people after 2 months. The next people who have just started, they get some catch-up mechanics that takes a month off of their grind. That's not hugely different. The HEMA one was... people have spent 6 months, 2 or 3 months grinding at this point. Reducing it would let some people get it to tomorrow in a week and invalidate those people's grind for a small weapon. This is a bit of a different system here.
I would like to make a card on this because we have cards left asking the audience, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we'll get the ability to build our our railjack when we get the Drydock? Or do you think...
Yeah? Do you know what a Drydock is for?
Building a ship.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but you can still have an empty Drydock with no ship in it. There was the point, it's just a room. Yes, I completely concur.
I really think that unless it takes a lot to build this room again, like I'm saying, that's why I think having it in sections, building the Drydock, building the ship, upgrading the ship, getting the modules, getting the people, that's a nice package for Drydock that then puts you as a complete endpoint. And what's the next step after all those steps are complete? Well, we take our first flight, which is the name of the second section. You're literally saying we have the whole of Drydock is build room, and then take flight consists of, right, okay, we need to build the ship,
now
build all the modules, build all the weapons, get all the people recruited, get all that together, and then fly it, and then actually do all the content with the flying. That's take flight. No, Drydock is going to have us building the ship.
I think the recruiting thing is going to be super easy. I think it's just going to be something on top of the syndicate system. Have 100,000 rep, get person from
No,
Syndicate.
but they could do it as an event first of all.
What do you mean?
This is how. Okay, here's a way how you do. Maybe it makes it easy for you to understand, right? So while Drydock is active, there will be an event for recruiting where we're going to do all these things. If you get to recruit during the event, you'll get some unique, very special, high quality people for your ship. After the event is finished, the normal method of acquisition of people is then activated, which is really quick, like you're saying here, where you just click on a thing, whatever. But it is very unlikely you will get high quality people. Thus, it was like 3 weeks of people doing the high quality stuff, but the event stuff. But they get a couple of high quality staff members out of it. But then after that, the normal system is open for people on the catch-up mechanic, and they can do it right away.
Let's see. Actually, one thing that I thought was really interesting. Oh, no, wait. No, they said that. Never mind. Sorry, I'm misremembering something. So, should we move on to the Melee 3.0 stuff?
Yeah.
I am...
Nice to see the progress and it's not been forgotten.
Yes. Very much so. I'm kind of surprised to how long it's been taking. But if you think about it...
I don't know what's going on with it, but I think this would have been a nice sort of thing to have happened last month. Why didn't we get this last month? Kind of thing.
Yeah, I think one of the big things about it, though, is that maybe there are just, like, there's so much behind. Remember how they teased Melee 2.0, which was just a set of animations, and it took years to come out?
A year, I think.
Was it a year?
A year, maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, regardless,
I feel that initial tease was like a Christmas thing or a January thing. And then it eventually came out in like a March-ish time.
I think it was actually in April.
Yeah.
I feel it was teased in April. They're like, oh, look, and everyone understood it to be something else. And they're like, oh, crap. So...
Well, I mean, like, that it was teased at a Christmas early January, and then we waited a year and a bit, and then got it in April.
Anywho. If you know in the comments, please go into the comments and actually tell us how wrong we are, because we can't remember. We're old.
Yeah, but
I remember
see that it's not being packaged. It's coming out in dribs and drabs again. I'm not sure it seems to... Melee 3.0 seems to have become a microcosm for the game itself, where it's never coming out of beta, and it's always just being dribs and drabs being added. I love that Steve once again made a joke about coming out of beta, because the game technically is still in beta.
Yep.
I don't know when that'll be, but at some point they're going to have to be like, this say you've reached a release point. I don't know when that is. How much more game do you want to give people?
Oh, actually, no. It'll come out of beta when the game's no longer being developed.
Yeah.
So, stances... I think that's been one of the biggest problems that they've been having, is that they will have to have reworked all the animation sets for all the stances for the different weapon types.
Yeah. And
I think that is something I have certainly overlooked. I feel that like, oh yeah, that is actually a thing. Whoops. So hopefully, we are coming towards the end of the Melee 3.0 update. Hopefully the channeling changes aren't going to be... There'll be more back-end. Oh, do you know what I mean by this? More like in the code engine rather than animations and...
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
I'm still not... I just still don't know how this is supposed to work. Maybe I should play my Destreza more and get a good feel of how it's going to be. Because that's what you're saying. It's like the Destreza, yeah?
Yeah, that's my understanding of it.
We'll see.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't think I've got long to wait on this one, so I think I'll just kind of wait and see.
So, I mean, do you do any slam attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I get that. No, I completely understand the slam attacks and use them. It's the sort of you were explaining about the combo cancelling, not being locked in stuff. That's the stuff that I don't really get the feel of, and I'm hoping the unification of how they're going to be the different combos input-wise is the other thing.
Have you
Years.
Have you ever done a combo and thought to yourself, why am I moving forward?
Do you mean because I was holding back, or do you mean I don't want my character to do that because the mob died 7 seconds ago?
No, it's more a case of like you start doing a combo, and then as you're doing the combo, your character is slowly eking forward because part of the animation is for them to step forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the sort of thing that they're trying to take out. So it's less about the character working like a fighting game and more like a street brawler. Does that make sense?
Like a street.
Have you ever played any of the old beat 'em up games, like on the SNES or on the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis, where you are a character like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and
Streets of Rage?
I think Streets of Rage is one of them, where you're going side, you're scrolling.
Yeah, side scrolling. Yeah.
So that's when you're doing that, you have more control over what the character's doing. Whereas if you're playing a fighting game, you perform a combo, your character is locked in an animation until that combo is finished, or you have the shit kicked out of you. Yeah?
Fair enough.
So that's the easiest way I can describe it. So
right, the next questions, which were interesting from Reb. I feel this is Reb.
No one's asking this question. I must ask it.
No, I really think this is Reb taking on herself to to feel the pulse of the community and give a hard-hitting question.
Yeah.
Remember, we've had in the past few weeks, we had all those. My name is Arflin, and I'm quitting the Warframes until Empyrean comes back. I'll be right back. That's just like, and there was all the other ones of people like in Magamadoo is like, why is everyone quitting Warframe and Warframe Endgame? What's Warframe gonna need? I feel this is Reb giving people these questions being hit to the devs. His response to them he didn't really seem to address them directly, in my opinion. He was a bit dubious on it.
Well, Steve didn't even address this one. It was Scott.
I think it was Scott, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think this is the push, because the thing is, when there's nothing to do, people always ask for endgame. That's always what they'll ask. When there's no new content coming out, people say, "Where's my endgame?" Let alone the fact that they've got all this, content is constantly being fed to them slowly. I know it's not always but they always think that there's this mystical, perfect content that they haven't released yet or they haven't designed yet, which will forever fill that perpetual void between content patches. When it won't, there is no way one game mode or anything could. Yeah, you will tire of whatever it is added. In fact, the fact they added ESO and arbitrations, which are that kind of ilk of thing, and you've got Rivens on top of it, and those three together don't fill that void, means nothing will. I don't think anything could. You can come up with more examples, and I think I can come up with a cool one as well, but it wouldn't permanently fill that void. Nothing will. Right. So then there was like, how do you keep people playing for 7 years? And Scott did the best he could to answer it. I think he did, but at the same time, because this is a non-specific answer, you have to just give these sort of, as he says, more surprises, more changes. I think they also did he say about challenging players? Players want more
taking
challenge?
them out of their comfort zone.
Yes, I liked that one. That one was great because, and I'm definitely making a video now that my voice is back. I love that they don't do that themselves. They don't make things mandatory. They don't make Arcwing mandatory to push players out of their comfort zone. They don't make you have to go get those arcanes. I don't want to fight Eidolons every day. No, you're going to need those arcanes. I'm pushing out your comfort zone. Go get them now, right?
Yeah.
But they don't want to do it. They don't. They in some ways they don't push players out of their comfort zones. So now the comfort zone is the base game of Warframe. Getting a frame, getting some weapons, putting some mods in them, and going and shooting things. There's all these peripheral things which are outside that comfort zone. You got your focus farming and use of your operator. You got your arcanes. You got Lunaro, you got PvP, you've got Arcwing. They all sit. You had trials before. They all sit outside this base comfort zone of the game, and they never push you to do that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was an interesting point because they never do push you out of that comfort zone. They maybe expand the comfort zone a bit. Oh yeah, we'll add the Plains of Eidolon a bit in there. We'll add the Valis, which is just basically an expansion of the comfort zone, the core base playing of the game. but they never push you out of that.
Yep, no, I concur with that. I'd be interested to see if they do push players outside of their comfort zone. But I think the problem is that there are different degrees of people, some of which still have issues with nullifiers. Others are, like you or I, who adapt really quickly to a situation. I think we are potentially some of the hardest players to appease because we get not complacent. I don't know what the right word is, but basically, when something is put before us, we solve it quickly, and then we know the solution. We know what needs to be done.
Well, we're also connected to the community, and there are players, I think, some people who just play Warframe without it going on Reddit, without going on the forums, without friends to work with. Whereas if you're a connected player, that collaborative effort of people, and they don't check the wiki as well.
Yeah.
They're able to get information to them so much quicker and get on with things a lot better. And it speeds up. Oh, how do I get this thing done? Look it up. Look at a Warframe video made by a different content creator. Oh, yeah. That's where that thing is.
Yeah.
Oh, where do I farm for this? Wiki says there. No mystery anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
And obviously, see, I feel some of this was making them just admit it so that it was recorded on the stream, so that they will have less backlash on Reddit, on the forums, of people saying like, oh, they don't actually care about releasing endgame, making them say what is the most valued criticism you feel of the game right now, and it's overdue for content, as they said. But that is exactly what they said before War Within. They were saying, oh yeah, we've messed up this year and the way they release content. It's just how it is. That's just how these, I don't say ethic, what's the work planning? It just always hands out this way, that they get an idea in their mind and it's actually bigger than they perceive. And then when they start developing it, they come up with cool ideas, they keep expanding it, and it just becomes this bigger beast that obviously gets pushed back and back and back. But eventually when it comes, it's going to be good.
I think part of the problem for this is... Huh?
It won't be finished when it comes out, but it'll be good.
I think
it won't be finished.
I think part of the problem with this sort of stuff, and I was talking to Drew about this, is that when they get excited about something, you have what's called scope creep. Right? Now, I've experienced this on the regular at my job, where a client will ask for something. We quote them, it's going to take this amount of time to get it done. Then they turn around and say, oh, could we add this in? And instead of pushing back saying, no, this is a change request, it's, yeah, that's fine. And as a result, the project itself gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it takes more time and things get delayed. Now, I think that there is a lot of excitement behind Empyrean, and they've added a lot to it, which has in fact caused the scope to creep, which has massively delayed it. Because this Empyrean was just this really small, simple thing that Steve threw together on one of his Sunday streams before the Plains of Eidolon was even announced at TennoCon 2017. So like early 2017, he threw this together, and we're getting to 2020, and it's still not out yet. Though, to be fair, when was the Kingpin system announced?
Yeah.
So that was freaking fodonkadonks ago.
I feel we've gone through several Christmases waiting on that system.
Well, it was before episode 200, because that was when we spoke to Megan and said, so, what's up with the Kingpin system? And she turned around and said, we just weren't happy with it. And I can appreciate it. If you're not happy with it, you don't want to ship it. You don't want to try and sell it.
Definitely. I remember, I still keep coming up in my mind, there was the story Steve said, I'm not sure when, someone will know, about they hired somebody to work on the game, and they got them to build something, and it was according to the spec. But they were like, after seeing it built, they're like, nah, I think it really needs to be like this. And they were like, no, I've done it to the spec. That's it. It's done. It's like, no, we're not making a document here. We're making a game.
Yeah.
The game has to be like this. That's not. You've done it. Yes, that's true. But now we realize we really needed this. We need to change it so it's better for the game, not for the document. And I think they got rid of the person.
I don't think they got rid of the person. That was I can't imagine anyone being allowed to say, yeah, we fired this person because they did what they were told. Like, you'd never want to admit that in public.
I think if it was up to the person wouldn't back down. Then
there'd probably be problems. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's why the person left. I think it was more that way. It's like the person left because they would not go back and change it.
Well, I've seen people in that sort of environment. Hell, when I used to work at one of my old jobs, I was so adamant. It's like, it's not written down. I'm not doing it. But now it's now I try to be as accommodating as possible without letting the company screw itself over. Right? We can't do this. Why? Because it will break all these other things. Right? We can't do this. Why? It's like, because it's an additional 2 months worth of work and you've charged 1 week. Right? So
those are different though compared to this. So.
Oh yes. Yeah, completely.
Right. So Exodus mods for guns. Melee will come after rework. What do you feel about that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think, again, we've said this for a while. I don't think I've always been in favour of it, but it's fair enough. There's lots of mods that don't get used, so it'd be interesting to see it get used. I'm really hoping they don't go and add some sort of amalgam, hybrid, whatever mods that gets to fit in that slot that just has damage on there. That's kind of what's happened for some of the slots, the Exodus adapter mod. There's just some things which are just better in there.
Power drift.
The drifts, yeah. They are just some of the best things to have in that slot, and make it that, there's no point to take Intruder anymore.
I think I would seriously like to see... Oh, God, what's the name of the... Projectile velocity. Can't remember what the name of the mod is called, but basically I used it for the Javlock just to make the projectiles fly through the air faster. Right? It meant that I was less inclined to miss my target. So I'd like to see some mods like that, but technically that does improve my DPS because I
think that is the kind of thing. You could even, I think, even technically increasing the clip of a gun increases the DPS because you're reloading less.
Yeah.
So, magazine. Yeah, it's a magazine. Most of the guns have magazines, not clips.
I forget, what's the difference?
I was watching a thing that was explaining it. Clips, I think, were like the World War II rifles, where there was a couple of bullets kept together with a metal clip. That's a clip.
Right.
It's just holding the bullets together. The magazine
has
full things
wrap?
like the spring.
Yeah, okay.
The whole mechanism. That it's a complete unit that's separate to the bullets. It's not just a clip holding the bullets together. Even though it might be like, that's a clip. No, that's a magazine.
Right.
Because a clip is just something that is clipping bullets together, and then it's just holding them for the sake of putting them in the gun. Whereas the magazine is part of the functionality.
Yeah, okay. So the magazine feeds it, whereas the clip... It's just
an attachment of bullets, But then people have become synonymous to think it's like clips. And I think movies have been why that they've been used incorrectly, and thus people don't use it right. Yeah,
it's like silencers and suppressors. I've been watching CinemaSins, and he's been saying silencer, and it's like, no, that's a suppressor.
Yeah,
it's not a silencer. It doesn't make it quiet.
Yeah.
Nope, still loud.
Yeah. So we're for those. It's been interesting, and to be honest, also that will be. Excuse me. I think if they're clever with the Exodus mod adapter, that is a sensible reward that they could put on a game mode that will make me want to play it for a long while.
Yep.
Because because guns, you're going to want to put. I will farm this for, buy them at the very least for every gun. Every gun now. I always do this. Every Warframe always gets a sexless adapter and a potato, as well, and every gun gets a potato. So now every gun is going to get an Xless adapter attached to it. So this could be quite clever of them because we have so much more guns and frames.
Okay, would you like to see a different Xless adapter?
In what way?
Well, like there's a weapons Xless adapter, and then there's a Warframes Xless adapter.
That's what they're adding.
No, they didn't actually say that. They just said Xless slots.
Oh, they did. You're right. I think it should be separate. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
I see what you mean. You're saying, are they going to just add in? Yeah, that's a fair question. Is it going to be the same Xless adapters we have now? I mean, should we start stocking up and grinding them now because we can stick them in our weapons, or is it going to be a separate thing? I personally think it should be a separate thing.
Asking the card, should Xless weapon slots be different from Warframe? No adapters.
No, should a different Xless adapter be used on weapons?
Okay. Should a different Xless...
I mean, to be honest, I would feel they should rename the Xless adapter for the frame should be then gain a second name. It should be like Xless Ucanti adapter for frames and Xless Compadi adapter for weapons.
I think they should just use something other than Xless.
Or just get rid of the word Xless. But I feel Xless makes sense because it's
sort of synonymous with
it's
the
synonymous
type of
with the
mod.
extra slot. It's the Xless slot, so we're still probably going to call that the X. They should call it the Ucati slot on weapons. It's like it's an Xless slot.
Yeah.
Yes, it's always going to be an Xless. It's even the same functionality. It's for mods that you don't normally use. So I think they should double barrel the names.
Yep. It's down for that question. Maybe you have to take a regular Xless adapter and you have to convert it. Yeah.
Like lenses. Combine it with some lenses, maybe.
Oh my god, don't. Right. What else have we got? So I'm totally down for that. 3 purchase... Huh?
Yeah. Extra slots.
Extra slots. I am completely for this. I do not care that they're 4 platinum.
Is this per weapon?
Yeah.
And per frame?
Yeah.
So if I buy extra slots for my Excalibur, I don't have them on my Necros.
I believe so.
Fair enough.
Why?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Is this you buy the extra slots and then you have it on everything, or is it per frame?
No,
I think it would be.
I think it's going to be per...
I think for data, because one of the reasons they never gave this, my understanding, was database storage issue, and I think, to be honest, it should be careful, and they probably should do it per frame. And now you only buy it for the extra ones. 3 slots is already pretty good. You don't need 6 slots for everything.
Yeah, like I don't think I even have like that many builds for a lot of things. So,
well, you could come up with a Grineer, Infested, Corpus, Corrupted, Sentient build of every weapon.
You'd make a of every weapon.
I mean, that's 5, and then yeah. See, so there is 5 factions. So there is logic to say they should give 5 slots for every weapon, but I'm not sure database issue. I think. Oh well. Moving on. Bats Ephemera Halloween event looks cool, fun. It's all right.
Yeah.
See, they fit better into Bat Ephemera. Not as bad as Candy Cane.
I kind of wish they weren't so bat-like. Like, maybe make them more like lizard things, or
make them Warframe bats, not bats.
Yeah,
like a Kavat. We should have the Kubro, the Kavat, and what is a bat?
Yeah,
in Warframe,
exactly.
Not bats. Yeah. Halloween event. Look forward to a fun little Halloween event. That'll be fun. Team Survive, I think. Titanium Deluxe. I didn't actually get to see that. The moth. My thing completely messed up at this point. So.
Right.
Does it look good?
It's all right. It looks quite good. There's not a whole lot to say. I think she's getting a minor rework to her abilities.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks quite good. I'll probably get it. Probably still won't play Titania apart from using her as a camera. I'll be really upset if they actually change how her ultimate works and then makes her useless as a camera. really hope they don't do anything like that. Right, next.
Grendel, the signature weapon coming soon. Look forward to that.
Yep.
Grendel looks fun, and the weapon looks hilarious.
Grendel, my boy.
Kuva Lich stuff.
All right, so there's a lot for the Kuva Lich.
I stopped my clock. How are we doing for time, by the way?
1:48.
Oh, still good.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was going to be a really short episode. So okay, we're over here.
So Kuva Lich stuff. I'm really excited for the Kuva Lich stuff. I like the idea that its abilities are based on the Warframe that hurts it, that takes it down.
Yeah.
So,
originally.
What do you mean originally? The original one that takes it down.
Well, that's what I'm still not entirely sure on. They talked about when you beat them, you can either make them a ally or take their weapon or whatever. But then my understanding is that you're supposed to beat them, and they keep coming back, and they keep. Is it going to change name? It seems really weird. I wanted to see.
So,
I thought they were supposed to develop. Like, I've not played the Lord of the Rings game, even though I bought it and wanted to play it so I can understand the system better. But my understanding is that you kind of keep the mob. You don't always kill the mob outright, and if it beats you, it changes as well. But sometimes it might run away and succeed, and thus it will change and become stronger from that, and get a bit bigger, a bit bulkier, and change its attitude as well.
Okay, so the logic that they have for the Kuva Liches is not the same as the logic for the Nemesis system, right? The big part of the Nemesis system is if the orc kills you, right, the orc gets stronger. Logistically, that makes sense, but thematically for the game, it's just like, how do you make that work? How do you make that enjoyable gameplay, right? Now, so if the orc kills you, it then becomes harder to kill the orc. You have to go basically do other stuff.
Yeah, and the orc can move up and get under orcs, and then you're going to have to kill its under orcs to go reach that orc that once killed you. Or
another orc could kill the one that you were saving up to kill later, right? So there's loads of...
You can support them as well, yeah. You can turn them to your side.
Now,
so for the Kuva Liches...
Right, so the idea...
These feel really one-off.
No, so as far as I understand it, the only way to kill a Kuva Lich is with the data spike, right? So if you were to kill the Kuva Lich, or ability kill the Kuva Lich, it will come back later, right? So it's like a Pokemon. In order to actually capture the Pokemon,
does it change if you just kill it with a weapon?
Now, from what they hinted at during TennoCon, it was supposed to get tougher. It was supposed to go up in level and things.
Yeah, I think they even said that like its influence, and they did show this influence on the map now, because they were saying like this one's influence has increased to the point that it has a galleon.
Yeah, so I think it is a very similar approach, where basically, you can kill it normally for it to come back later and get tougher, or you can effectively bleed it of its Kuva and it just be dead. You could stake it in the heart, effectively, like a vampire. That is how I think the difficulty will change. I don't think they intend to have it so that the abilities of the Kuva Lich will change as it dies, but if they do, that will be pretty damn cool.
That's what got me, is that I was expecting to see that. Obviously it showed the initial kill, which is like the imprinting of the Kuva Lich, whatever.
Yeah.
After it was spiked with Kuva. And then they showed these other Warframe powers that it could obtain. But I was wondering if maybe that's how it works, is that obviously we're seeing the dev end of it, and we're seeing what its maximum potential is. Maybe those other powers would unlock if you kill it with your weapons instead of data spike. At first, it doesn't have those extra things.
Yeah, maybe it has to get to an adequate level to get access to its second ability or third ability.
It would also have to get to a certain level before it unlocks its Kuva weapon.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm down for that.
So it normally will just run around with a normal Grakata, but if you kill it and level it up enough, then it has the Kuva Grakata that you're trying to obtain.
I mean, evidently,
I also felt it was really interesting that they want to put more weapons into the game. These are quite, and I assume I feel this is Riven's bleeding into them, like the success of Riven's. This is the success of them. This is the success of Riven's combined with the success of builder weapons combined to make a system where you will get a certain mob you want, build it up, kill it, go, oh yeah, I've finally got it, it's Kuva Grakata. Oh, rubbish one, bin it. And then, so you're going to be farming these mobs, because that I bet you that is what's going to happen, because that is long-term content for them, because it's the same with Riven. So people will try and farm the gun they really, really want at the stats they really, really want.
Yeah, very potentially. And I like the fact that I can't... I thought I heard them say that there was no ranking limit to the weapon.
I think they said it had a higher ranking limit.
Right, okay. I know that they said that it had a higher mod capacity.
Yeah, I think that's what they meant. I think that I think basically it's the paracesis system for it.
Right, okay.
I think. I can't believe it would have unlimited rank, because then it would have unlimited mod capacity.
Yeah. So
it's of that?
So I think it was like, down to wording and things like
that. Maybe it does. But no, maybe it does, and you never form them.
Maybe.
So they just rank up and up and up. But then does that have an effect on their damage? It's going to be. Those are interesting.
It wouldn't.
Yeah. Does it just prestige after a certain point?
Maybe.
Maybe you also don't stick potato. I suppose if you don't stick any, I think Orokin in them, because they're Kuva corrupted, you don't stick potato in them.
Actually,
you don't form them. You're going to want to getting them to 60 alone is only the equal of a
30.
Of a 30 with a potato with no polarity slots.
Not only that, but it's the idea is that these weapons should, in theory, be throwawayable. So you wouldn't want to commit former and potatoes, something that is a difficult to get resource, into something that they want you to have the option to just bin.
Yeah, exactly. I think that they bin them. No, I don't think you're going to just bin. They're not throwaway. Wrong word. I think recyclable. So that, but when you get one that is the one you want with stats and the cool procs or whatever that you want, you will rank that up to, let's say, 120. Or beyond, which makes sense because they're taking away all the things we're used to. They're taking away the potato, they're taking away the polarity slots. So we're going to have to use all of our mods at their most expensive capacity with none of the things that used to make this quick and easy to do.
Yeah.
That'd be if that is how it is, that'll be quite clever because you're going to have to do a lot of ranking.
Yep.
I mean, can you imagine it? So, yeah, it's double for a potato, and then let's say they're all slots within. That's a halving of the stats. So, doubled and doubled again, you're going to have to get a weapon to 120 to equal a fully slotted rank 30 weapon with a potato in it.
Fully slotted?
Fully slotted with polarities and all the mods in there are, let's say, you hit capacity on a rank 30 weapon that has a potato in it, and all the slots are polarity fixed with the right polarities in it.
Oh, sure, it's more than that.
Double, isn't it?
Damn it, right. So if it's 60, I don't think you can do that because it's dependent on the capacity of the mods.
Yeah. Oh, well, I suppose. I made an assumption that the mod's capacity was exactly 120.
Yeah.
In total. Yeah. I mean, that's true. It might be even higher. You make a good point there. If you, let's say that that would be if they cost what each? I don't even know. In fact, that's it would be higher. Oh god, it would be higher because things don't cost that. Like things cost a lot more than that. Let's say it was a 15 in every slot. Oh my god, that'd be so expensive. This could be massive grind, man. This is interesting because this could. Everyone's really good at grinding things. Like, oh yeah, go do. What do we do these days? Hydron.
Yes,
do Hydron or ESO. Yeah, do that. Do that for 20 minutes. Weapons max. Former it again. This is going to be like, right, that's got you 5 levels, or even if it has got you 30 levels, right? Yeah, you got to get another 200 more. If they get big, this could be. I'm actually coming around to these weapons. I was first like, no. Now I'm thinking this could be quite interesting. Yeah.
Right. So I want to ask another card, which is, how do you feel about the Kuva weapons as discussed?
You might want to give them a timestamp in the description if you want that in the question, if you can fit it in.
What time is it?
I don't know. I turned the clock off after 1:58. To put like 1:55-ish. So I am worried while you're writing this up, just for talking. The weapons could just be annoying. I found Riven's quite annoying. You just kept re-rolling them. These don't seem like you re-roll them. You have to go through all the ideal of getting it. So
I think the important part of these weapons is being able to identify the performance of it at crazy level. So I think one of the things they need to do is show us what the capacity is we need for that weapon at that level. Yeah. So like, with the mods installed in it, so it might be a case of,
all you'd have to do is have like a button that says simulate, and then you can put your build in it.
Oh no, I just in the simulacrum you have the weapon.
Yeah,
right?
And you can put mods in it.
You put all the mods in it, and it tells you how much capacity you need. Right?
Oh, you can just add up numbers. That's fine. Yeah.
And then you could try the performance of the weapon. You might turn around.
I just think give it in the simulacrum 999 capacity, and then you can put your build, and you can see in the corner how much that build costs. So you don't need it.
Yeah. I was just going to say, like, just don't restrict it. It tells you how much.
999 seems fair enough.
Anyway.
Oddities, they seemed interesting, but they seemed quite rare.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, I don't know how I would feel about the idea that a Kuva Lich would just fall over, like they just stumble around.
Yeah,
I kind of
like
the one that Steve.
Afraid of children.
Yeah, it's like getting your operator, and just runs off.
You see, I like those because they're flaws, but the thing is, though, they didn't always turn up. If it was like 1 in 3 had an oddity, and some of the oddities are quite small, like has a habit of chucking random objects at you or something. Some of them aren't that gameplay effective, rather than the ones which seem quite debilitating.
I think there needs to be like ones that are potentially debilitating, as well as some that are invigorating. So it's like, absolutely hates children.
No, you could do likely to go into rage at children. So
exactly.
If you sees you in operator mode, red and mental, should do ridiculous melee damage and just charge at you.
Right.
Area of influence on the star chart. That I didn't see again. This is where it was messed up a bit for me, but I'm a bit confused on this because it seems like the normal gameplay, and it was like, oh, interesting. But
my thought would be that you have to go do those nodes in order to gain information about the location of your Kuva Lich, right? So it's things like, it might be a spy. Go do the spy, and you've narrowed down that the Lich is on Jupiter. Okay, cool. You go then do some more find a node on Jupiter to do that has its area of influence, and you now know it's like hiding on Themisto, right? So I'd like to think that it works in that vein. Does that make sense? So it's in.
I'm just wondering how this is going to work when combined with Empyrean.
Well, I think
at first that you'll do the area of influence stuff, and then you find the Kuva Lich on the normal map, and eventually the Kuva Lich will get upgraded through that until it reaches, let's say, rank 5, and then it becomes a space Lich.
Yeah, and then it'll be a space pirate Lich. And the idea is then that when you're fighting around the area of influence on the normal star chart, they might turn around and say, it's in its private galleon. And where is that? Oh, it's around Ceres. Uh-huh. You need your own ship. Bollocks. You know, so I think.
Drydock.
Oh, don't you have a Drydock? You should build one of those months ago, mate. You'll be here.
See my Drydock. Some bricks.
That Kuva Liches will die of old age by the time you get there. Anyway, moving on.
Data spike.
Yeah, apparently, so the data spike is supposed to be coming soon as well. So that's I'm interested to see what they're planning on doing with that. Hacking.
I'm
into
liking
terminals.
the data spike because hopefully this will fix all the finisher animations. They don't because they just have to do them for the data spike and then they're done.
Yeah,
they have to do them for everything, and they can make them all the little bugs with them of the size scaling. I hope they fix.
Yeah,
because that way they can make them unique instead of you fighting. Oh look, it's a bigger mob. They could do it for every mob, so they don't need to do the rescaling thing.
Yeah,
it is. Oh well, yeah, that mob is generally bigger, so we just have to make them for it. And I also really like it because it looks really cool. And it'll become a thematic thing for Warframes.
Yeah.
I just feel that'd be like, oh, what? Like the Assassin's Blade.
Yeah.
It makes it cool. That is an Assassin's Creedy thing. So that's what we're basically getting for Warframes. And I hope it will improve Warframes.
I think the only
mental thing for people.
The only thing I would really like more for the data spike is for it to look more organic. Because it doesn't look like it's truly part of the Warframe.
Yeah, well, it was an untextured one, is all we've really seen.
Right, I think I'd like it to look more bony and things like that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that's my... New Kavat! Finally! I don't know how much I like the whole gigantic teeth. I'm a vampire!
The ears are what got me, to be honest.
Yep, that too.
And I love how clearly it's like, oh, I wonder if this is going to have to get them through vampirism. And then Reb's like, if you know about vampires, yeah! And then Scott's like, I thought it was really like, vampires, yeah!
It's like, you can't help but spoil things, can you?
Yeah, If say for instance they were adding a new thing to the game that was to do with the Japanese versions of ghosts, they're actually very different the way they do ghosts and spirits than the standard ghosts that you'd see in the Western side of things.
Yeah,
you know about that, the way they're all unique and weird and odd, and
yeah.
So you could say oh, if you don't know about that, I can't remember the name of the ghost, but you could say that on a Devstream. Oh, look that up. Well, I wonder what it is. But when you go, if you're familiar with vampirism, it's like, who isn't?
Yeah.
How many films do we need? It's like, it wasn't rare. It's like, maybe it was like, if you know your Egyptian god lore, this will make sense to you. It's like, oh, I'll go look up the Egyptian gods. What does it mean? Or Hindu god lore. But no, it was like, if you know about vampires. Oh, so we just have to get our Kavat and get it bit. Right.
Well, to be honest, there's the potential of a few things. It could be that the Kavat has to, bite the other Kavat.
Yeah, it could be it has to get bit and then bite, or bite and then bit, or eat cats, or it has to kill cats, or it has to be bitten by cats, and you have to res it. Or it has to be knocked down, and then they'll do a weird animation on it, and then you have to res it.
I wonder.
So you have to let it die, and then it becomes a necro cat.
Because the way that she spoke about the Helminth, this is the Kavat version of the Helminth, and the fact that you can get Kitten Vampire, I think you have to let the Vampire Kitty bite you. You then get a cyst, and then you put the cyst with the Kavat DNA to make a Vampire Kitty. That's what I think you have to do. I think they're going to play on that.
It could be the cyst is on your Kavat and you extract that. It's interesting, yeah. But it's basically there's going to be some involved of biting or being bit.
Yeah.
And then extracting. Yeah, you're right about the They also mentioned breeding, so maybe you have to just lose your kids. Who knows what they're about? Yeah, but who cares? Right. Cross saves are under investigation, not investigating cross play.
I think the fact that he turned around and was like, yeah, they gave me a 23-page document to read, and I'm like, yeah.
Now, cross saves. This is because of Stadia, isn't it?
I don't know if it's about because of Stadia, but I think it's more along the lines of Destiny because Destiny 2, because you can play from your PlayStation 4 and then migrate to your PC and then.
But they added this in because of Stadia.
Mm-hmm.
Was my understanding is why they were pushing this kind of thing, or maybe they were always going to do it when they moved to Steam, but because it was announced kind of with the mine thing, or it was announced first with when they did the Stadia announcement. I don't know, or I felt it was. So
I thought it was announced post
Stadia.
I thought it was announced because of Destiny 2 announced it. It was shortly
but
announced.
Then right. So I don't get why there's this. Who gave him this document?
Oh no, it would have been their developers. The developers would have done research on how can we get this to work within Warframe, right?
Yeah.
The best techniques to do it. What's the minimum required to do it?
But that's what I mean. Is that if this was something Destiny did in house, how would they have the achieve it? If this was something that Stadia listed as, if you cross save, you have to do it this way. These are what we require.
No,
you could get that information and produce a document.
It's just a theory. It's just a theory because, like,
I know. So that's what I'm saying. There's two theories of where this data comes from.
So if you were to think about it, right, who has all the information needed to do this whole cross save thing? DE do, right? They know what their data looks like. They know what where their data is housed. They know what would have to be done to say, right, your Warframe account has this new thing from the Kuva Lich. We can't let it go on the Switch, right? They have all that information, not Stadia, not so it does.
Right, but I see the way you're looking at it from DevMan. I'm looking at it from generic man.
Yeah.
And what does Warframe do? Warframe looks to be on every platform. Stadia is a new platform that's coming out. Stadia has, this is how we set up our thing.
Yeah.
You already see that Destiny 2 are setting up Stadia and have this crossplay thing that is definitely accessible through Stadia, because Stadia also lets you do kind of crossplay through all the different things you're accessing. So it has clearly a standard that you have to set the game up as or save the data as, that they will then go to any company that asks, there's our standard. And obviously Destiny 2 are applying to that standard, and then they've been able to make cross-save from that, because they know that maybe Stadia say, we know you're on other platforms, this is how you have to do cross-save with us. And then DE took that and went, right, well, they're doing it. It seems, I think that looking at it and going, we want to be on that platform, is a much more interesting starting point of how they came to this option than, oh, look, Destiny's doing that, we need to do that, which is your starting point.
I don't know. I because you've already pointed out that Destiny's doing the whole crossplay thing, and Warframe's turned around to, like, D said we're not doing crossplay. I don't know if it's Stadia. I really don't.
But Destiny's always had cross.
But the big thing is, like, if there's anything big and special, what do you mean Destiny's always had crossplay?
Isn't it? Destiny 2's always had crossplay. Is it?
I don't think it has.
That's why we don't get to talk on PC.
Oh. I thought the reason why we didn't.
People always got separate things, didn't they?
Yeah. Anyway, the big thing is for Stadia to be worthwhile. Like, if it's its own operating system, if it's its own, oh gosh, what else could it be? Like, I would have thought it would be like, here's a Windows OS, here's our libraries.
I imagine it is just that.
So
it's more for data traffic and things, what they all in and out, surely.
I don't see any reason to. Well, I mean, like, if you think about it, all our accounts are held at DE.
Yeah.
Right? So if the Xbox accounts, the PlayStation 4 accounts, and the Switch accounts are all held at DE as well, again, I don't see a reason why why the Stadia accounts wouldn't be held at DE.
Well, the accounts would be.
Yeah.
But it has to communicate to the Stadia servers what is your account and what is in your account.
So why is that any different from a PC doing it?
Right. But it's not, but you don't have the PC. You then have to connect to Stadia.
Right, so the problem there is just you, the player, connecting to this external service.
Yeah.
Right.
But that external service to external servers loading up all these different games and whatever might have set standards they want them to behave at. So
I don't know.
So there's no hidden secret backhole cheating method or way to hack into Stadia. They want it to be regimented.
I think you mean secure.
Regimented so that it is secure. They want all. Yeah, I thought that was obvious. They want all the people who are on Stadia to be regimented in the same way, so that it is secure, so people don't hack it, because that will kill Stadia. Like Stadia, in my opinion, is like quite shaky at this point. I'm not sure if Google are like, it's a nice idea, but
I don't know if Stadia is going to kick off as I survive, because like I know I don't have the internet to play on it.
Well, not now,
yeah. So like I just like who's going to use this?
I'm going for it just to see. I bought the Founders Bundle to give it a go. I think it's interesting to see, and that it is the future in a lot of ways. But I'm not sure if Stadia is the future. Like having servers and streaming games, I think that probably will be the future, because it's just easier to keep up and things. And I think a lot of people will go for it once it becomes efficient and it's fair and people are safe with it. But I don't think Stadia, along with Google's track record of abandoning things, are the bridge to the future yet. Yeah. Right. So cross saves. That's definitely a thing. Oh, though separately, here's a separate thing about it. Obviously, people have already had multiple accounts.
Yep.
You, for instance, have a Switch account and a PC account.
Yep.
Are you going to have to choose, or does it become a separate? Does it work? No, they work on different logins, don't they?
Yep.
Right. So I suppose you just use the same login on other things. Fair enough. I guess they just count as separate, but you can just access them. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's interesting.
How does it make you feel, though? Does it make you want to play your Switch less now, though?
Well, to be fair,
you might be able to use your main account on your Switch, which probably.
To be fair, though, I'm not really playing Warframe on the Switch, because the majority of the time I play the Switch is when I'm on the go. Like, I play the Switch more for single-player games than anything else. So if I could play the Switch while on the train, then I wouldn't have that much of an issue playing Warframe. But I can't.
You mean if you could connect the internet on your Switch on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Because you can play your Switch on the train.
Sorry, yes. The whole point was connecting to the internet.
Right, yeah, got you.
Right.
But then I assume, just to check, you don't have to commute that much anymore, do you?
Nah, it's 5 minutes around the corner.
You must be playing your Switch a little bit less.
Yeah, mostly because of the whole moving thing than anything else. But like, I played the crap out of Astral Chain. I've been playing Zelda Link's Awakening when I get a chance to. Yeah, no, I Switch is totally worthwhile buy.
Cool. Right, okay, I think we've gone long enough. I think it was a really good dev stream. It was so great to see some things. But we're going to have to wait and see till this stuff comes out.
Yep.
I think that's it. Right.
Moving on. Memes.
Why have I closed that?
Memes.
For some reason I decided. I've for some reason closed my folder. Why did I?
Memes!
Oh, wait, they're all in the thing, aren't they?
Yeah, memes. Memes!
Yeah. There you go.
I actually. Why did you paste them to me? Memes!
Right, okay.
First meme. No, wait.
Meme frame review. So these are all from the meme frame Reddit. r/meme frame. You can have a look. First one, when you randomize the colors on your Valkyria. Doesn't that say of that? The face you get gets me every time. I was supposed to be lost the randomizer tool, didn't we? There you go. So there you go. That is a beautiful cat.
Very interesting cat.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. This feels like it's been color balanced, because that eye is like a really weird yellow.
No, the blue is what gets me. I used to have a cat with.
Cut out.
I used to have my cat Knuckles used to have the yellow eye. The blue eye is what gets me.
So, moving on.
So number 2, it's called Anger. Build video. First, you'll need an umbral former. Me.
Yep. Next.
How long you won't, it won't bring it back. First reply. Yes, well done.
Yep.
Third one, press F to pay respects. Me. Mom, can I have blank at home? No. Sorry, well, can we have Lotus at home? Mom. No, we have Lotus at home. Sorry, no, I've said this wrong. Start again. Me. Mom, can I have Lotus? Mom. No, we have Lotus at home. Lotus at home. Glitchy Lotus.
Yep.
Good meme. Haven't had a chance to have that meme, but it's been around for a while.
Yep.
Ah, yes, and that's why another meme I've finally managed to get here. Bruh. Loads of change of plans and your normal objective. Silence, hologram. Do you know what the laser crab is about?
No.
Right. Oh, you've never seen this before?
No, I have.
It's a very famous meme. So it's not. It shouldn't be Silence Hologram. They've added brand. It's Silence Brand.
Right.
So you know that there's things like the Wendy's Twitter account is all like getting all memey and things like that, and they're like trying to be all applicable to people and get the youth and be edgy, right?
Yeah.
When they get too edgy, people just start spamming this crap. Silence brand, and just it's the anti-brand weapon. So,
Right.
and the funny thing is that some of them, and I'll find some for you. The brands do like silence fan memes back. So some of it was really brilliant for. But if you ever want to just shut something up, that stupid hologram laser crab got your back. There we go. Right, number 5. Oh yeah.
What the hell?
Railjack better be good. My clan before. There's me being swarmed by all the adoring clanmates that just climbing over you, having fun. Look at those clanmates, yeah. My clan now. Me. And there's just like all the login times.
Oh my
all the
god.
And there's just the clan leader and a random clanmate. That's a brilliant meme. I love this meme. It's hilarious. It's so, this is, sometimes you see other memes and it's like, I don't know if that is. I hope those aren't from the same anime. They are now. I'll get sad if those kids actually die. Actually, really sad. But this is just so Warframe with all the dead, logged in for years. Right? Is there any over 1,000? We've got a few of those, I think. Right, and then the last one, which is something we didn't actually cover this week, but was an issue due to Atlas Prime Access. So I think the best way to cover a sensitive issue is to do it in humour form. The duality of man. Platinum mod boosters. Angry pitchforks from the entire crowd of people.
Right.
Enable as earnable mod boosters. And the loot nerf, which was the connection between the two frames stacking, is gone. Community adores him.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to address a conflict of issue. Through memes. Memes bring us together.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Right, let's move on to the Watsons.
Community shoutouts. Right.
Give me the Watsons.
The first community shoutout is this Wisp by Jack.
Damn.
Awesome. Doesn't look awesome, Loz.
That does look awesome.
It does.
Makes me want to play Wisp.
Right.
So I'm not sure she has a spine. She probably doesn't have a spine.
Probably none of them have spines.
None of them.
Second community shoutout.
That's a response you could just give for Warframe. Warframe's have spines. Silly.
Right, the second community shout out. So this is going into Inktober now. I think Ring is the second Inktober. I'm not entirely sure. So we got Blazing Ring by Edwino22.
Is there like a list?
Which looks... Yeah, there are lists floating around on like Twitter.
Ring is 1.
Ring is 1? Okay, there you go. Ring is 1.
2 is mindless.
Right.
Oh, man.
So...
Matt, at the end of the year, and then the month. Yeah? And the month. Could you push the butter here for you, Xeno?
Butter?
Push the butter out.
Oh, okay. Sound like butter.
Could you, at the end of the month, for like the last, or maybe like after this month, or the first 10 o'clock after the month, could we have a community shout out that is a 1 to 30, 1 to 31? You could do different artists of an Inktober collection for Warframe.
I hate you. Sure.
You know that sounds awesome. We can do a separate video if you want.
It does sound awesome.
We could do a separate video, just like looking at some Inktober stuff. Inktober of the month.
Do they have to be different for each?
One for each day.
Yeah, but do they have to be? Could they have appeared in previous episodes?
Yes, fine. That's fine.
Okay,
that's fine.
cool.
I'm not going to put. You can use if you can't find that many artists, you have to use the same artist. Obviously, that's fine. But just
I will.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to.
Yeah. But if you find like 4 artists and just pick from like a few of those,
right.
But we could do it as a separate video. I just think that'd be really cool. I love the idea of Inktober. I'll never pick someone to follow it.
3. Also, this is fantastic.
Ooh.
The 3, which actually is really topical since the thing you just linked in the memes. Loot Frames by Pascal.
Other way to cover it with art. Brilliant. Love it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's how you fix the world through art.
Yep. What are we on? Number 4.
Big Sis Gara just wants to make you just as fabulous as she is.
Yeah.
Fabulous, darling. Done.
So, yeah, this is Big Sis Gara by Chicken Draws Dogs.
Some people are just so talented. It's just...
Yep. Just a duel. Right. This one I really like. Number 5 is Mantis Frames. A Mantis-styled Warframe. And I just think it looks freaking fantastic. Very... I want to say Zone of the Enders. Very... It has kind of Gundam elements to it. Obviously, it has Guyver elements to it. Very Warframe. What?
Oh, come on. You know what this feels like.
No?
One of your favourite things. Below Guyver, I would say, but the same ilk.
Below Command Blade?
Guyver is your number 1. Then you have a number 2 in that
Blade?
genre. Tekkaman Blade. Come on.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is Tekkaman Blade.
So few people know what Tekkaman Blade is.
No.
I mean, at least with Guyver, I'm prepared to like pimp it to hell and back.
Yeah, at least people. Oh yeah, I know. I've seen that. You know, it's so iconic. But Tekkaman Blade. Oh. Anyway, moving on.
Right.
That is awesome, by the way. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Number 6. Yep, we're on number 6. Right. So he took the bait, which I think is 3. I think bait is 3.
Bait.
By Edwina22.
Nice.
Another Inktober for anyone that get it.
Yeah.
And number 7.
Yep.
Is Campfire Night by Gamli. So Gamli did the like little Loki buying decoy. Like, do you remember?
Yeah.
So this is pretty damn cool. Not quite sure what Garuda's eating. Quite sure I want to know. So I just actually noticed that the Atlas is actually posing all the little dolls. That's awesome.
I don't think those are dolls.
No, I think they are.
They're his little rumblers, I thought, and he's cleaning the face of one because it's eaten into the marshmallow.
Oh, I thought one of them was a rhino.
It does look like a rhino. I think there's little one at the end is the premium one.
Yeah.
And he's cleaning their face because it's eaten the marshmallow.
Right, I thought that was a revenant. Right, okay. Yeah.
What's the thing on the far left?
I think that might be like a dog. Like a Kubro.
Like a giant cicada. I'm like, is that a railjack? It's like, what is this?
Is that a railjack?
Is that a railjack? What is that?
Right.
Eating corn.
And then our last one, all right, community shout out, is this unbelievably good Ben Tenno by Dumb Name. Did you ever watch Ben 10 when you were younger?
Only like random episodes, not enough to like could feel the show, but I understand how it works and things and what it's about. That is awesome.
It is awesome, isn't it? It's just so good. So I actually used to really like the cartoon.
Yeah, I know. It just seemed to be something I really missed. I knew of it, but I just never seemed to be on a channel I was watching or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually got the DVD box set of all 4 seasons. The first season. Years ago. Yeah, I love it. Right, so quote. What?
Simple truth is, not all of us become the Tenno we once hoped we might be, but we are all the Void's creatures. If there are those among us,
you cut out. But we are all
the Void's creatures. If there are those among us who thought ill of Rel, took ill of him, or failed him in the respect of fellowship, then we ask for your forgiveness, Lotus, and we ask for his.
Wanna say Lord of the Rings?
No.
Can I not say Lord of the Rings? No. Oh god, I don't know. This is. Do you know if I've seen this?
I don't know if you have. It is from 2003.
Oh god. Give it to me again.
The simple truth is,
Not all of us become the Tenno we once hoped we might be. But we are all the Void's creatures.
Is that
If
God's
there are
creatures?
those among us,
Yes.
if there are those among us who thought ill of Rel, took ill of him, or failed him in respect of fellowship, then we ask for your forgiveness, Lotus, and we ask for his.
Is Lotus Jesus?
No, Lord.
Or,
I use different words. Void's creatures, I could use different words.
yeah.
If you said God twice, I would have used the Lotus's creatures twice.
Yeah. I'm guessing fantasy?
No, it is. It's set in the real world. It's I always get these mixed up. It's fiction. It's fiction, but based on very real events at a real time period in a real setting, and it's not got any mystical or fanciful elements.
Sorry, did you say modern day or real world?
Real world. It's a period drama kind of thing. 1800s. With boats.
I don't know if I've seen. Can you give me an
Got a very
actor?
famous actor. He's the captain of the ship. He once played Maximus Decimus Meridius, leader of the Free Comes of the North.
The Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's the main character. I really like this film. It wasn't too great, but
I don't think I've seen this.
Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely not seen this, but I know of it. Yeah.
Oh, you should like. Vision is the doctor of the ship.
Paul Bettany.
He's awesome in it. The pair of them are awesome. I would have loved a sequel. It wasn't great, and Russell Crowe was a bit off in it because I think he's Australian. Obviously, he's Australian. He's playing a British this person, but it was a really fun film. If you haven't got it or you can pick it up, just go watch it because it's great. It's a really good fun film.
Yeah. I know. I think I'm very sure I bought it from my mum like years ago because I think she saw it, but I don't think I've seen it. Very sure I haven't seen it. Yeah. No, those. Twas good. Twas
right.
good.
It's a fine ending for this show. That is episode 310. We'll be back next week.
110.
311.
Yes.
311.
Right, so yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we shall see you next time. Oh wait, I need to put us on the end screen, Loz.
That's probably where we should be.
Yeah, we're on the end
This is
screen.
the end of the show.
It is the end of the show, Loz.
Indeed.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell.
We need that bell rung. Ring that bell.
If you don't ring the bell, the butler won't know, and we won't get our meals.
Then the Spanish will come.